You're sorry, is that a man bun? It is the beginnings of one. I mean, I have a haircut scheduled for next week, so we may be taking a step back after that, but yeah.
We shall see.
It was too much hair.
We shall see. All right, cool. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, ugh. We sit out here and we look at other dwarves and do a goofy wave at each other, and that's way better than all these Makotes dancing on poles.
Ah, 1 second.
There's a bunny, there's a Viera in a tuxedo in the background. I can't turn it, but it's in the portion that's cropped by WoW. Ridiculous. Yeah, my wife gave me 2 haircuts, and then I started just letting it grow out. My brother needed a haircut when quarantine started, and hasn't gotten one. So his hair is exceedingly long. The longest I've ever seen it. By far.
Hey,
I'm promoter of the beehive.
Come on. Come on, Discord. Be cool. Be cool. Not Discord. Whatever this app is called. That works, actually. A little bit better. I was just like, why is it freaking out on me? Cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
So I've been promoted again. These collectible things seem to level up a lot faster than beast tribes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's like every week you just turn in your stuff and they're like, you did it!
Way to be.
You turned in 3 things that you made with a macro. Way to invest a minute and a half.
Let me
Boisterous
shift my
little buggers.
Camera a little bit. Let's see here. Camera. Do. So, stream is live if you want to capture.
Cool. Well, I made it to 46. That's good. I won't get anything leveled on Friday, and so maybe tomorrow I get to 47. So I'm probably not going to make it to 50 this week, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's the 10th tank. So, like, it's quite a few. The goal of learning tanking, I'm sure to people who know tanking on any of these, like, it's not that hard. There's 10 of them, and I'm actively not good at probably the 2 that I main. And it's only going to go downhill from there.
There you go. Hey, Michael.
And I'd also like to learn crafting in both games. And then after that, healer. But there's a good chance healer is 2022.
Chat wants to know if you just if you anime arm posed.
Anime arm pose
Yeah.
for Lollyho?
Something like that.
Yeah. All right. Astrid joining the workforce. Thank you so much. There are plenty of dancers, but the vocalist, yeah. Sounds like a plan, but since you're basically tone deaf, you better leave the singing to me. All right.
Message pinned. Perfect.
You don't know what to do about your costume? You're wearing suspenders. It's taken care of.
We've solved this
What makes you think that me in a Chocobo outfit knows anything about costumes?
Possibly.
I love that the Chocobo costume has a tail hole and my tail comes out, but the pig costume does not.
So Lady Wizard got to 10k medal of rank 10 last night. Congratulations.
All in one day? That's a long grind.
If that's one, yeah, if that's one like, hey, you know, I sat down for 6 hours and did nothing with this. Like, well played. Congratulations.
Well played, indeed. Did I turn in all my stuff? Am I done? 3 remaining. Okay, no, I'm not done. Search by crafting method. I need honeybee trappings materials. All right. Honeybee trappings materials.
Freightage says,
Right.
if you want to make the Chocobo costume cursed, equip the 2B boots with it.
So, if I log out of WoW, we're going to have double 14. And then I can go and I can open up the YouTubes.
The tubes.
The YouTubes. Yep. And then I can go to a tiny little channel called Work Tagame.
Dagame. Is there any people in this zone?
Mute that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Plenty of people.
And then I can close this one. Go to window capture. And I can grab this one. Look at that.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
I think it's there. The problem is I have this stuff tuned for when Xandri's on, and then and then it changes.
Come on, we gotta get you and Xander on the same page. Make it easy.
I'm resizing your window and her window, so I would argue that you guys need to be on the same page.
You're resizing my window?
I'm just doing me.
Okay. Oh, I got in my yes.
Frozebug with the Prime sub. Thank you so much.
Whoa. Hey, what's up, Venom?
All right.
Yeah, this is we're trying to make up for yesterday. Plus, we didn't have a video ready to go live this morning, and I was like, I looked at my calendar. I was like, wait a minute, like I can join Chris for a little bit. That'd be fun.
We got PvP updates as well. We started a new season. So I don't know that there was too much more than that. There will be some rewards and things like that. So I don't know if any of the rewards are unique. Like I said, PvP isn't my draw to 14. If I want to get PvP in, I tend to go to games where that's a bigger portion of their focus, because I think it puts a lot of pressure on this game to be like the thing that satisfies what I want from PvP when they don't put the resources into it to make it that thing.
Hey, Frank Castle.
I mean, I was watching this morning. I was watching Savage Raiders have trouble filling a 48-man on day 2. So like, this is just a game that really likes to put large scale content in the game. And sometimes the game just doesn't justify that.
Right.
So, like, that's day 2, and they couldn't fill the group. That's a little alarming.
Yeah, I saw Happy tweet out that they got to go into Bozja and farm up metal, etc. And it's like, yeah, yeah, you do. It's gonna be nuts, man.
All right.
I like that I right now on the Alliance roulette. I did that last night to get one of the lonesome memories. So it's like, it's kind of fun. And I was like, yes, that's cool. I'm gonna make sure to get that every day, because the drop rate seems pretty abysmal. Because I've done a couple critical engagements, and I was like, okay, recommends. Yeah. Dude, whoa, Frank Castle with a $4 super chat, dropping a sticker over on YouTube. Thank you, sir.
Bozja gives like 800,000 experience. It does give a fair bit of experience. I leveled my Gunbreaker up from like 74 to 80, and then my Black Mage from 71 to like 75, entirely in Bozja without really trying. Hasn't really been a focus.
Mm-hmm.
You did 19 critical engagements yesterday, and you got 1.
Wow.
So the drop rate within Bozja is not really meant to be good, because you're getting metal and you're getting clusters and you're getting lockboxes, so it's meant to just be part of the total loot. If you specifically want the relic drops, go do the Heavensward content. So go do Heavensward dungeons for the greens, go do Heavensward Fates for the yellows, blues, and reds, and go do Crystal Tower for the new ones, because that's a 100% drop rate. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to say, the fastest way to relic is the Atma grind. The fastest way to get a mass amount of loot and dump a bunch of your time is the Eureka grind, and we've created a piece of content that has both of those things going on simultaneously. And technically you can get there through either for the first 2 steps of the relic, first 3, and then I think after that, so you can have a glowing level 500. I think after that you are going to have to go into Bozja. So I think that's something that it feels like the next step. I don't see how you avoid doing at least some of the quests in there, which is going to require some leveling in there. So it seems like at least a minimal grind.
The Frank and the Sleepy Marble says, yeah, 19 critical engagements, they got 1. So not the best of.
I was supposed to respond to.
Oh, good, gotcha. Sorry, I ended up getting. We're in the Choco bow fight, so I ended up just like getting waylaid. So that was fun.
I think the fact that the metal cap is still 700,000, I think they could have upped it. I understand why it wasn't upped prior to this, because you would have had people who like were so far ahead,
Yeah.
but they could have upped it now.
Yeah.
To start letting us kind of build it up. That way, if you have like friends that want to go into it on Saturday and spend all day in Savage, you can go build up 1 million throughout the week if you want to. Because like you can, I mean, I lost 50K in a normal run.
Yeah.
The Savage runs, people are losing hundreds of thousands.
Morning. What's going on, Insomniac?
You do not possess this item? What do you mean I don't possess that item? Of course I possess that item. Did I not make one?
Let's try to stack with these guys.
1 delivery remaining. Where did that item go? Okay, we'll go back. Do it again. I'm just standing here.
I'm just getting
What's going on, Dad?
in this hunt for Red Chocktober.
Oh, the reward for clearing the 48-man Savage is a 100% drop rate on the Cerebus. So, like, that's a sweet deal. A 100% drop rate on a multi-person mount. I don't know if it's 100% for everybody or if it's just the raid guaranteed to get each group gets one.
Yeah.
I assume it's each person. But the downside of that is if it is each person, once everybody's done it once, why would they go again?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, we'll see. We'll see how it ages. We will see how it ages. I mean, that's my concern with all Relic content. Is its enormous time sinks that are very, very fun in like large groups, and then they don't age well.
How did I finally get that figured out? Jeez Louise. Like, take your time to learn the mechanics, Brian, and you've only done this like once.
Would you prefer to get a new gear set each tier, or get one and upgrade?
One and upgrade. I don't like the whole gear treadmill. Like, I think it'd be kind of neat if gear was like had perks and things like that, so you could go and try to farm unique builds and have the gear change how you play, rather than continually increasing the cap. And the cap can always just be something where it's like, oh, I like this piece of gear that you can make it harder to get that gear, but that's just me. What do you think, Chris?
I like a mix of both. I like a mix of both. I don't want it to just be upgrades, because there's something nice about the new item, and there's something nice about like there's a whole economy of like how do you then destroy those items and all of that. Mm-hmm. Like I like action RPGs, right? That kind of like cascade of loot. And with upgradable gear, that feels less impressive because you're getting a cascade of components at best. But I also don't like that like I get pieces from dungeons that are just utter and complete trash later. You don't know if this gets said enough. Stream is by far your favorite. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're happy to be here. We're happy to be here. Unable to receive the following yellow scripts. Okay, let's go spend some scripts. So I need. That's what I was doing this for. Wow, that was fast. So that just topped me right off. Did I really cap? I did. I capped out. I hit 2,000. Whoa. That means I probably left scripts on the table, and I'm at 1798 of white scripts. All right, let's go buy Crafter's Script Exchange, yellow script,
script.
Items. And what I need is I needed oddly specific petrified log, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's right. Oddly specific petrified log. And I need 20 of those. Okay, so that'll spend 1,000 of those. Then I need white. What's this? Oh, okay. So I bought these with white scripts, but like actually it seems like the Skysteel tool is going to replace it. So I shouldn't have done that. So let's go buy.
Yeah, chat. At least in-game chat's talking about how they don't think they'll ever get a chance to duel. I got a duel last night, Chris.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Did
dude.
you win?
I did not. I didn't have mana wards, so now I'm like, well, I'm like, I don't know. Like, it was so
Awesome.
fun. It was so fun. So I created a highlight. That should go up on Work the Game today. Because I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm a dueler. I'm a dueler. I'm a Bozjan dueler.
So I'm going to buy... So the white script set is something I should buy all of, I guess?
Yeah.
Just FYI, these tools aren't even gaining me breakpoints compared to the crafted ones.
And Frank says the final tool is just a bit better than melded. Just a little bit better. Just a little bit better.
Okay. Then what's a great name? Gaming Kinda? Did you just now find out that I had a YouTube channel? I also named Work to Game, but like in my defense there, Brian had a lot of great names and his wife had a lot of great names. We just happened to have picked mine. We went through, I don't know, what do you think, Brian? 100 names?
Yeah.
At least.
Like, I think we drove like in the car for like
you were driving
from
from
Houston.
somewhere.
We're coming back from
You were on the
Houston.
road.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we spent like 3 hours
that.
just
I like
shooting
that.
out names.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even the last one. It was just one in the middle, and we looped back and was like,
all right,
that's good enough.
that's good. That's adequate.
And like having no idea that it's like we should have thought about that, like naming your child like, well, if we don't like it, no, you've committed.
You're in.
Good enough gaming.
Good enough gaming.
Good enough. That's probably a more accurate representation of what we are. I'm gonna buy these. I don't know if this is what I need to be doing, but I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna go into Hand Saint.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I go place these in my armory chest, the question is, are they so much better than the vendor gear? This 370.
Yeah.
370. Okay, so it swaps those out. And that's all well and good, but now I need to go apply. Yep. Okay. Cool. Hand Saint is better than non-melded. Great. So I need to move to full Hand Saint as my next step. So Hand Saint tools, Hand Saint armor is where I'm at. So we're just working down Carpenter now. I just want to go through the journey of Best in Slot. I understand that I could probably skip several steps because I'm late to the expansion, but I want to kind of like experience it because when people talk about it, I have no idea what they're talking about. And so like it would be nice to know what is going on.
What is happening?
All right. So you're going to give me yellow scripts for handing this in. Great. Amazing. Oh, and we get another cutscene.
Cutscenes.
What's going on, Fido? You knew you were right to ask for my help. I know. I know. I know.
That was an excellent choice.
If it helps, I was your only choice.
Excellent.
You have delivered the weekly maximum. Okay, so I've done my weekly maximum in those two.
Hey,
I know those are probably the top scripts because they're the highest level. I don't know if that's how that works, but I kind of want to max them all out. So when I go to duty and timers, I kind of want to max all these out on satisfaction. So I'll start with the tops and I'll work my way back. But like I did Slowy back in the day, and then I never touched it again, as you can tell by the fact that everybody was one-hearted, and I didn't even cap Slowy. So, yeah. What's this little thing here? This fifth one has like a heart that results in a heart shirt. I don't know what that is. Only current expansion gives white. Crap. So I'll need to be done with white scripts before I go back and get those. Ugh, that's so frustrating. Okay. Well, it seems like I'll be done with white scripts soon enough. Well, I'll at least be at a point that I can afford to like not make white scripts a priority. So now I need white ash logs. So let's go gather those up. How many Buc-ee's clothing decorations do we own? I do not own anything from Buc-ee's. Everything I bring home from Buc-ee's is edible.
One in my parents' hometown. I think, or it's
But I
opening.
do like Buc-ee's. I do like Buc-ee's quite a bit. You get... Alright, so like just yellow. Yeah, it's not that I want loot from the other ones. I want to tick those boxes. Okay, you do get white scripts. They're just in low amounts. Okay, so once I'm kind of beyond like needing white scripts, I can kind of just chug along through that. Perfect. Kawwood, thank you so much for the 100 bits. I need to get that reward.
Yeah, you need to get something set up for the 100. Get all those different reactions. Boom, baby! Thank you so much for that cheer.
Kind of have a plan. It's gonna take longer to do than like a normal video, even though it's a bunch of basically 4-second clips. But I kind of want to roll out like a bunch at once, so that you guys don't know what all's there. Because the 500 bits one's the same one every time right now.
Yeah.
And like, I kind of want to from the get-go. Now that I know how to upload one, I want to get into like testing with variations. So, but that requires that I hide a bunch by releasing them all at once. I need botanist. I was like, why is nothing showing up? There we go. Is this where this goes? No.
You have your Buc-ee's as your local gas station. Nice.
Gathering method.
Nice.
They do a good job. It says it's right here.
Oh, excuse me.
Woven. What? There we go. Here we go. Here we go. I found it.
We got Chris to like 61 or 60. Like we.
Yeah. From 50 to 61.
Yeah, he hadn't played like Blue Mage even in the last part. So that's where we got. We haven't finished leveling it yet because I was already at 60.
I got an ability.
So I figured he got an ability. So I figured we'd grab him and get him like caught up, and then he'd help me get leveled, and just kind of like yeah. Okay.
Chug through it. Outside of this Friday, we were planning on kind of trying to play together on Fridays. So maybe that's like a Friday thing, as we just kind of slowly chug through Blue Mage. So
that's a great idea.
I ended up kind of
Podcast
reacting to
and
5.45 last night because I wanted to get those thoughts out of my head, and Brian and I didn't have a chance. And what I realized was like, for me, as I kind of thought back over Blue Mage, I realized like it's really neat because it's time locked content. But because it's not allowed to be like in roulettes and stuff, it's not time locked by the community. It's time locked by your exact friend group. So if your exact friend group says, we're going to do the Blue Mage 5.45 stuff this May, then it's time locked to May for you. And so like, it's really like, as long as as long as Brian doesn't go do it and like says, hey, do you want to join us? And then I say no, like I can do it whenever Brian does it. So as long as we do it together, it doesn't matter when. Like, it's really nothing else is locked behind it. There's no reason to rush it, other than that you want to keep up with your friends. Mm-hmm. So if your guild says, hey, we're going to all run it this Saturday, you better be on. Because once they do it, there's going to be no reason to go back and help you. So that's kind of how I feel about it. Is there a Buc-ee's in Alabama? I know it's all along the 35 corridor, which goes through like the middle of Texas. Well, it's to the right third, but it probably splits the population 50-50.
Yeah.
Because West Texas is wide open.
That it is.
There's still spots in West Texas where your cell phone doesn't work.
Yep.
There's still spots in West Texas where, depending on the strength of your car internet, you don't get radio. So, like, it's a big expanse.
It's like El Paso's closer to California than El Paso is to Dallas.
It's a ways out there. Oh, the weekly targets. That's cool. It just feels like it's meant to be with pre-mades, and so it's really about like, when are your pre-mades available, and less when is everybody available. Now, if you're using Party Finder, then yes, you're more likely to have it now. How many of these do I even need? I'm just out here just gathering away. I need 20, and I think I already have 20, but like...
Icy Fire asks, why do abilities in 14 have a delay? It feels laggy. I think some abilities have that delay because it's server-side, like if there's a server-side check. Like Benediction, the downside about Benediction is I've used it multiple times, but because of when it registers and when it decides to calculate, it will be on cooldown, and the person that I was targeting still unfortunately dies. And so that's immensely frustrating. But overall, like, general abilities, I don't feel like they have a delay, but there is still that global cooldown, so you could be pressing a button and waiting for the cooldown to be over before it executes. And then the other question is that what would be your ping in this case?
Yeah, I think what do you mean by delay? Do you mean like an animation lock? Do you mean a recast timer, right? A cooldown, which the global cooldown being the shortest of that at 2.5 seconds, and then obviously we have cooldowns that extend well beyond that. So like, I guess what do you mean by delay? Otherwise, I think Brian answered it. But and a lot of it's going to be ping. The game is designed to be playable with, what do they say, like 150, 250 ping, some number that I would not want to play with. But the moment you're over like 50, 75 ping, you're already going to start feeling it, and you're well within the range that they've designed the content to be clearable. I don't know if they tune Ultimate to be clearable at that rate. I think they mean general, like normal content. I think when you move up into Savage Extreme Ultimate, it may be tuned a little bit tighter.
Yeah.
All right.
Trying to attack during this phase is probably pretty stupid.
ESD, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Thank you. You're running around as a Pokemon here over on Twitch with the dual stream. Let's do a mass bomb for you.
We know you have a choice.
We haven't done a battle royale today.
Battle royale.
Let's get these Pokemon working. The month of February is all Pokemon. Sorry, couldn't find the word. It's all Pokemon. So next month, March, I'll change the stream avatars into something different. But it's a nice way of changing it up.
Team Pokemon, gotta catch them all.
You can pick any of like the first 252 Pokemon from the extension.
So one of the fun things is that like Maddie's gotten really into Pokemon. So like we've been watching Pokemon, we've been playing the card game together. We have it on Switch, and there's also like, I don't know if anybody's ever seen Dinosaur King, but Mikey loves Dinosaur King, and it's basically, from what I've seen of it is basically Pokemon. So it's just but with dinosaurs, and you want to be the Dinosaur King. Oh no! Attack coming.
Try clearing Titan with that mode. Yeah, like the ping that they suggest is when you moved to Texas, there was a sign on the highway that said "No gas next 25 miles." Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think you might be talking more about the global cooldown, because when I play WoW, it definitely feels way more responsive than with 14. And 14, I have, it is just how it feels, because like, oh wow, this is, like I was telling Chris, it's like it feels really good, really quick. Really
it does.
right away.
So, like, at that point, you're talking about global cooldown, and the global cooldown is very different just between those two games. Every game treats it a little bit different. The theory behind a global cooldown is that not everybody has the same ping. And so if you made it a first-person shooter where everybody can press things instantly, the people with the better ping would do more DPS by a landslide. And so what you do to offset for that is, very early on, back when we were all on dial-up connections, they decided, what if we just restricted how often they could press abilities to, just a baked-in cooldown. You can only do this many actions per minute. And so we just space them all out. And some abilities may have a recast timer, some abilities may have a cast bar and things like that. But even with your instant cast abilities, your melee classes, this is going to be the rate at which, this is your swing timer.
Yeah.
And then we can build in systems like spell queuing, where anytime within this window of the spell, you can press the next ability and you can kind of queue it up. So the server is hitting them exactly on pace, whether or not your internet supports that, because you've got reaction time baked into the process. So that's the theory behind globals. Over the years, that's changed as ping has gotten much better. And so, that's one of the reasons that with like WoW Classic, they had to decide, like, is it really #no changes? Because there were aspects of WoW Classic that were designed for bad internet, that with good internet, with today's internet, you could really break some things. Because the one thing we knew back then is that nobody had the internet speeds we have now. And so it wasn't designed for that. The global cooldown in WoW is like half the global cooldown here in 14. And so that feels like, okay, so you're casting twice the abilities per minute. And when you first level a character, you are. The beginning of the game, a new player experience, you are casting twice as many abilities in WoW as you are in 14. And things like haste and skill speed, spell speed, and all that, only make that feel faster as you get old, as you age, as you build your character, as you level up. But what is unique to 14 over WoW is that we have a whole host of abilities called off the global cooldowns, which are exactly what we call them. They are not bound by that global cooldown. They can be cast instantly. Now, the upside of that is you increase your actions per minute, because now in between your 2.5 second cadence, you have all these other abilities. The downside of that is you now have abilities that are instant and are not protected from ping. The reason we put things on the global was not so that you cast things regularly, it was so that it felt good when you have bad ping. And so when you have instant abilities and you have bad ping, you're feeling something that the global cooldown has always protected you from. So things like Benediction don't feel good when you have bad ping.
Yeah, and you're very welcome, Icy Fire. Yeah, just the higher you get, especially with the off the global cooldowns and like stacking, like you can stack skill speed or spell speed, you'll find that your cooldown will end up getting reduced in this case. So it's that it feels better at the higher end. But yeah, like I think when Chris was and I was playing Shadowlands, I was like, oh man, this is awesome, because it's like it feels instantly like, oh, this is pretty like, and then you get more abilities that then make it even more satisfying. So it was just interesting. Definitely, like,
right.
Slight difference in how it's all done.
All right, so I've got 20 high qualities because I don't know how good I'm going to be at making these. So I went ahead and got enough high qualities, and then we can sell the other logs off. I wasn't using any of my GP. I was just hanging out with you guys. So, all right, so let's head to the house, and let's try to make these things. I assume that to get these high quality, I'm going to have to actually craft. I assume I can't just make these with my macro. I assume I may actually have to go back to using my abilities. But we'll find out. So, oddly specific. Begin trial. Begin trial synthesis. You do not have the proper item equipped.
Get that right item equipped.
You do not have the proper item equipped. What? Required. Skysteel saw? You have to do it with the saw equipped? No. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? I have to have a 440 weapon equipped instead of my big old 500? That's just mean.
They're just messing with you. Oh, dude, yeah. The music in this game is phenomenal.
All right, let's see what this does. We're gonna just press the macro, knowing full well that it's probably not good. Oh man, that bums me out that I spent white scripts on weapons like a moron. I should be in full hand saint right now.
Mm-hmm. Just trying to get reses off.
Okay, so I've got a 24% chance of high quality. There it is, 100%. Cool. So my macro just crushes this.
Yeah.
Just blows the doors off. Now the question is, does it complete it? Looks like it's going to. Groundwork. Okay, cool. So I do this. So do I have to, now the question is, do I have to use high quality? Because if I don't have to use high quality, let's try it. I love trial synthesis. I love trial synthesis. The only downside to off the global cooldowns is that you can't cast them at the same time. Correct. They're not truly off the global. They are still animation locked from each other. So you can't pop all your defense your tank cooldowns simultaneously. You can't macro them to all go off at the exact same time. They do all require a moment in time, but they can be back-to-back moments. So that it's pretty quick. There's still technically like a cooldown there. It's just so tight that you don't see the little rotation bar go all the way around. In that 2.5 second, like that, just feels better. Okay, so I can still do this. So I can do this with normal quality. Well, I just gathered high quality for nothing. Great. Let's make some money. All right, here we go. Synthesize. We're doing it. So the macro gets all but the very end, but I have enough durability on this that I can just do a groundwork at the end and that finishes it. Cool. Well, this is easy. All right, so now I just do this 20 times. Wow. That makes watching Brian do Bozja the most engaging thing I'm going to do in the next 10 minutes.
Watch me Bozja.
I love Wednesdays. It's so chill. What are you doing? Nothing. Eat some more of my strawberries.
Monstromberries.
I haven't touched the crafting beast tribe. The dwarves. Have you touched them, bro?
No. There's a tank I hear.
You haven't touched a dwarf?
Nah, I haven't touched any dwarves. No, not at all. And how did Work to Game go viral? Well, that's a sad story.
They were touching dwarves. In the dwarves' defense, they were asking for it. I don't even think I have them unlocked.
Oh, I hear Mikey. 1 second. Let's set up shop right here. Boy, robot.
No, Brian, if you go AFK, what am I going to do? With their provocative beady eyes. They have such perfect beards. I assume both the men and the women. Because I think they all have that same white beard.
You want some music?
I should do predictions on his Bozja run. Oh.
Alexa, play some Kid Train songs. Sorry. Okay, go.
We should. We'll run a prediction next time he gets something. It's a fashion accessory. Yeah, I don't know. I assume there's some lore there. I would love to go get involved in it. It just, like, it felt weird to me that we got a Beast Tribe and Ishgardian Restoration because you only need one.
Yeah, Frank says he mainly crafts. He doesn't really touch the raid content.
I'm excited. I'm excited to get into crafting. It's what I do on Wednesdays. And, like, it may take me the rest of the expansion to best in slot all my crafters and gatherers, which means that whatever amount of money and resources I spend leveling them won't pay out. I don't care. All right. 3 down. 17 to go.
So when I hit 13, if you're available, I'd love to run DR with you.
Okay.
Cool.
We'll do it.
So many crocodiles.
They're monsters. You're trying to max out all gatherers primarily so you can jump into the next expansion and get on that guild early on. Yeah, do it. Diadem is decent experience. The Beast Tribes. Namatu's great experience. Namatu's kind of like doing your daily roulette. Like if you just do the Beast Tribes that are tied to whatever level range your gatherer's in, it's awesome. Mining and botany feel identical to me. Fishing feels very different. With fishing, you could go do the fishing raids when they're up. There's just a lot of ways to level them. The leaves are insane experience. So you can always do leaves. There's so many ways to level them. And
bummer.
Especially if you're not trying to make money now. Like, especially because, like, leaves, you don't really make money. Yeah. But if you do Grand Company turn-ins, that's a big chunk of experience daily. So, like, it just depends, like, are you trying to level in the fewest number of hours and you don't care how many calendar days it takes? Or are you trying to level in the fewest number of calendar days and you don't care how many hours it takes? Because there are options for both. Ghost Dragon! 8 months of tier 1. Thank you so much.
Wow, thanks so much for that support. 8 freaking months, guys. Get
8
some love
months.
in chat. Drop some emotes.
We even dropped enough bombs today. Let's
Drop some
3,
bombs.
4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's drop 1 for every month of Ghost Dragoon. Thank you so much. We just need more mass bombs. I like launching those Pokemon everywhere. Let's do another groundwork. All right. The macro does make this very relaxing. Gotta launch them all. You've been watching us for a few years. You're finally glad to catch us live. Well, thank you, Anthony.
Yeah, man.
I went full-time in January. December, I was trying it out. January, I went full-time. And so I am live on Twitch 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, Central Standard Time. So if you want to come hang out, that's where we are. And then Brian is live on the YouTube side of things when his schedule allows. And then we'll keep reevaluating that schedule basically month over month. So every month we'll kind of have a plan, and we'll move forward with that plan. The exceptions are like this Friday, for example, we're moving stream for it'll be a night stream, and we'll be on both platforms. And so it's a night stream. Brian will be streaming to YouTube. I'll be streaming to Twitch because we're going to cover the live letter and the showcase event. So I'll be live on Twitch about an hour before, and then Brian will be live sometime before, and then Benny from Comic Storian will be joining us. Eligible Monster from Comic Storian Gaming. He's a lot of fun. Good friend of the channel. He's been immensely supportive over the years, and with him being so much deeper into the full-time YouTube game than us, he's been a great resource. So we're excited to share fun events with him because he's just fun to hang out with.
Senpai asks, how's the new blue stuff? We got Chris's to 60 because he skipped out in the last round, and he even learned to spell. So like we're gonna be kind of like probably casually leveling up Blue Mage and doing up more of the content probably on Fridays. I think Friday ends up being a good day because we're also kind of scheduled for podcasting and things like that. So at the end of the day, lots of fun stuff planned.
So now that we've seen 5.45, Brian, what are your hopes for 6.0? What has anything changed? Is there anything now you're just even more looking forward to?
Yeah, like honestly, at the end of the day, like I would love to see. I want to see more system stuff, right? Because we got the world visit, and then yesterday when we were talking about how much fun it would be to sit back and just like enjoy the the open world more. Like I have hopes. I'm not going to try to put the expectation of like, oh yeah, like if they don't announce something, I'm going to be disappointed. But I'm kind of like I'm wondering what's the next stage in that, like in terms of we got New Game Plus, we got Trust System, like do we see an evolution of that? Do we see like, but it all kind of from the preference of like system wide, like things that when you look back at the game, you're like, man, I can't imagine playing that game without that system now. So I'm kind of like I kind of wish. I love what we're doing right now in Bozja, like I know it's not necessarily for everybody, but I wish the open world was more like this, where people were around and people were playing, and if they were able to figure that out, like that would be something I think would be truly like phenomenal. And then obviously like I'm very excited to see hopefully this conclusion to the Zodiac, Hydaelyn arc, bringing this journey that I've been on for like, coming up on 11 years to not necessarily a close, but to sit here and be like, yeah, like that was that epic decade of your life, Brian. Like, wow, how fun was that, I
just dropped like 9,000 stars. Thank you guys for hitting follow. Boy in silver. I'm excited where it's going. And then to answer that quick question real quick, this is my own macro. I wrote this on stream like maybe a month ago. It's not like a perfect macro. It's just what it's a representation of what I found my rotation to be as I was learning to craft. And then I just keep waiting for it to start failing at things, and it doesn't.
Right.
So like I bet there's better ones, but this one has been good enough.
Good enough. Good enough gaming.
Spamming chat here. So I dropped like a lot of stars. So everybody's, 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 I think for me, what 5.45 shifts it to 6.0 predictions is how do we make legacy content last longer? How do we make, we just got a boatload of side content, right? This entire week is just nothing but side content. And because it's so much at once, if you like PvP, Feast is a great time to get into it. If you like Blue Mage, now's a great time to get into it. If you like, the relic stuff, it's a great time to be doing it.
Yeah.
And what that means is that if any of those is just kind of something you like it's on, oh yeah, it's good. But like, it's gonna fall by the wayside, and it's just gonna get missed. And so there's gonna be people who are like, yeah, I didn't think anything wrong with Blue Mage, and they're like, oh, did you do it? No, because I had other things to do. And so like, my question is like, how do they? And that question is more accentuated by the fact that this morning I was watching some streams. I was trying to watch this Savage DR progression, and they were literally having trouble filling the 48 man on day 2. So like, what are the, and yes, they're saying with 5.55 that we're going to have gear that makes Savage DR easier. So there will be a wave of people who do it then that aren't doing it now, because it will be easier, and therefore you won't have to slam your head into the wall for 25 hours to get a clear. And why then we'll have the strategies, we'll have guides, and so it's like, yeah, I'll run it 2 or 3 times to get a clear. I'm not going to run it 50 times to get a clear. And so there will be a wave of people in 5.55 to do it, but there won't. But like, how many groups are going to be running Savage in 6.1, in 7.2, in 8.4?
That's why,
like just what happens to it.
Yeah, that's why I've been really pleased with how, from a content perspective, that Bozja was also used as leveling content. Because I was like, man, if Eureka had a leveling component to it, like, I wouldn't mind going in there and leveling when I'm tired of running the same dungeon over and, like that's where it's like, at least Bozja has that at its core. But yeah, like, you're gonna, like, I would ask, like, what's the purpose of running Savage, DR right now? Other than bragging rights, to do it, but it's like,
and to get them out,
right? So you get that, and then you're like that, and there needs to be some continual investment. Like, imagine if that was also leveling content. I'm just saying that at some point in the future,
make the gear from it 5.15.
They made it 5.15.
No, it's 5.10.
Okay.
The gear is not any better than what you can get from something else.
Yeah, I guess because the gear cap is 30, is 5.30 now.
Yeah, it's not best in slot gear. Now they're saying you're going to be able to augment it. Okay. That helps me 0 today.
Thanks for the lurk, Brody Bear. We love our lurkers.
We do.
You get
I'm a major supporter of lurkers here,
yeah,
because I'm a major lurker on Twitch myself. I'm usually lurking in 2 streams at a time. And the reason for that is usually streamers will take like breaks, or they'll be doing the same thing all day. And so like, I'll have one kind of turned up at like 2/3 volume and one down at like 1/3 volume, and I'll keep inverting them. And so it's like when you have 2 channels you're watching at the same time, and like when one goes on commercial, you go check in on the other. I'm usually watching 2 channels at once.
And real ask, is the augments just for Bozja? Yes, it is. The perks and whatever just apply to Bozja.
At which point we're going to be like augmenting crafted gear. So like, why would I do this? Like, there's so many faster paths to the same item level. Look at all these followers. With Brian's stream being clipped, you get kind of like a second notification there. But if it's purely for glam, which is fine, that is a valid thing to point out, Framsy. Why is the Savage DR not dyeable? I'm betting the augmented will be, but why do I have to go through a tier of getting something and then upgrading it to toss it in my glamour dresser?
I think that kind of just comes back, and I don't want to sit here and just be a negative Nancy, because it's like, but I'm like, when I was watching Mioni's video today, because they were talking about how like people are upset about, basically ultimately it was a communication, it looks like a communication snafu, where people believe that they didn't need Bozja to do Relic because you could do it outside the Relic. And with that, people were like, oh wait, I have to go run Relic now? Like, what the hell, and Oh, dang it. Oh, whoa, wait, what's going on? Frank with the $5 super chat, trying to get me killed. Just saying, all right, focus, Brian, focus. Saying they need better mount rewards for Disciples of Land in Hand. Wish Guardian one is mad. I just keep seeing cool mounts the raids. Yeah, it'd be neat. I totally agree. That's where like the whole Glamour's the true endgame frustrates me from a crafting perspective.
For a game that has so many currencies, what they could do is they could put currencies behind all this content like this.
Yeah.
And make it all drop like side content poetics, right? Soetics. And then those are usable like only for mounts.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're only used for cosmetics. They're only used for like dyeable versions of old sets.
Yeah.
In the current relic grind, you can go get replicas just for glam. And so like a replica vendor that it's like, how do I get replica currency? Oh, well, you go run the relic roulette, which puts you in Baldesian Arsenal or DR, right? Delibram.
Yeah.
So like you could start to move that way long term, but that requires they go generate those mounts. That requires that they change the way that currency is tracked. How is that earned? So like that's not just a light switch. Like there are ways that they can fix this, and there's a number of other ideas that I'm sure they've considered. I think my concern is just that we tend to let things die. So with my 6.0 hopes, the difference between when we filmed videos, because we talked about it a couple times now, the difference between them and how I feel now post Tuesday is I'm more excited for 6.0.
Yeah.
And what I would be most hyped about would be to see that 6.0, I think 5.0 did a lot to make the game really attainable to more players, really exciting for current players. I think it did a lot really well. What I would want 6.0 to do is do all that same things in the current stuff, but then ideally at least set up the 6.0 stuff to not die during 7.0. I'm not sure they can go back and fix 5.0 and before. Typically the way things work in 14 is when we get a fix to something, it's a fix from that point moving forward. It's typically not a, this is a backwards compat thing. Not that they've never done it, but typically no. I want master loot. Like for parties? No, I don't want master loot. I just want currencies that kind of tie stuff together.
Yeah.
It just like, because the Bozjan coins are fun right now, but what if the Bozjan coins after this expansion are deleted, just like Revelation will be, and they instantly become Soetics, right? You go to a vendor, you turn them in, and then so the way you get Soetics is that you're doing legacy side content, and when current side content ages out, it joins it, just like our Tombstone gear does, right? So our tomes, they don't totally die. They keep devolving down the Poetics line until they mean less and less and less. And then we, every once in a while, have something like the current relic that will just eat up your Poetics. But most of the time, your Poetics, kind of like your leaves, sit at cap. Most of the time, there is no use for those.
And thanks to everybody hanging out here over on the YouTube side of things. We do have the pinned comment for Twitch. If you guys are, no pressure, but if you guys are interested in following on Twitch and you haven't, and you feel like you can lurk over there, that'd be killer. Plus, also, thanks for the 16 likes today. It's kind of fun. It's a fun week. We got a couple videos we'll have to film and get ready and uploaded, and then the Friday is going to be pretty epic. So hopefully you are going to be able to join us. We're going to be live also in game, hanging out at our house. So it's like Ward 5, like Plot 18 on Sargatanas. If you all want to come in, we'll have a camera into the game world, so you guys can come hang out, cheer, watch the event unfold with us, both live and in game, and hopefully emote at the camera and get all excited for what the future is to bring. So anyway, oh god, I'm dying.
They're even drowning.
What a shocker! Like I'm just sitting here, just like attacking everything.
Cross data center would be awesome. So Brian, when your new computer arrives, will you stay on cloud gaming stuff, or will you move to local play?
So I'm gonna definitely keep cloud massively as a part of my lexicon, because it increases the life of my computer. So when people are like, like people don't understand like that aspect. Like heat is the killer of hardware. And whenever I can, I'll like I would still probably say I'm going to be probably a 90% cloud gamer. The difference will come in play where, let's see, I'm going to do a shot.
I don't have the dragon mount. I'm hoping to get those from custom deliveries.
The difference will come into play where, like with Outriders and with like 14 games that support the because I did have an ultra wide and cloud gaming doesn't support ultra wide streaming. So what I would do is that for games that I want to have that ultra wide experience, I would play locally, and then essentially I would have the cloud version for when I'm actually streaming, so that from a processing perspective, I can end up having probably hopefully a really ideal stream in which that all the gaming is being processed on another device that's not my own. My computer is handling the stream. Heat is managed and kept really cold, so then I maximize the life of the device.
All right.
Oh, come on, guys.
Seeing a lot of res. Etc., you came to the conclusion that what the devs should have done was have your first relic quest be done in Bozja by doing the history in that. And then after complete, it becomes replayable and opens up the options to do it outside of Bozja for like your second classes and all that. That way you don't take away from the value of the relic and keep it from being... Yeah, I mean, there is an argument for that. I think at the end of the day, you want people to feel like they have that replayability, so you want to reward them for the grind, but you also want the grind to not be so required. So in my mind, and another answer to that, an alternative way of presenting that would be to make your first relic really, really cheap. Go run 5 fates in each of the zones.
Yeah.
Go run 2 fates in each of the zones, and go run 1 critical engagement from each of the 3 bands and 3 skirmishes from each. And once you've done all of that, you get your tokens kind of handed to you. Here's your relic. That's like a 2-hour grind. You test the waters of the things. Maybe you don't like them, but it's like, it's okay. You only do 3, you only do 5, whatever. And then your second relic, it says, okay, now you can get those tokens from either in Bozja or out of Bozja. And the second one is going to cost a total of 50 tokens. And the third one is going to cost 100 tokens. And so for people that have a main and an alt, it's still not too bad, right? It's 2 hours plus 3 hours. For people that have, I want to have all my tanks. Okay, it's 2 hours plus 3 hours plus 4 hours plus 5 hours, or 2 hours plus 3 plus 3 plus 5 plus 5, or whatever that math is. So that until you get to somebody who's like, I want to have all the relics, it doesn't really add up. And then to somebody who wants all the relics, it's like, okay, there's your grind. There's your thing that if somebody wants to just sit here forever, your final one, and then behind the final one, put another pterodactyl mount or whatever. Brian, what upgrade parts would you want, assuming things are in stock, and let's assume money's of no issue? What is that item that you would want for your PC upgrade for like your setup? What is that thing?
I don't understand the question.
So you just order a new PC, and you're going to get an ultra-wide monitor. Is there anything that you would change about it? I mean, it hasn't gotten here yet, but is there anything you'd change about it, or is there anything you'd want to add to your kind of creator side of things?
I'd like to get a mount for like the monitor that I've got right over here, and that way it's kind of off the desk a little bit, and that way I kind of clean up this aspect. But no, I mean, I saved up for over a year, so I got the computer that I've been wanting. The only thing I'll keep adding to it is more hard drive space, if that makes any kind of sense. And then, Jonah asked, are you on a 2 PC setup? Could you not use your current PC for a streaming rig? I could set that up, but then that's 2 PCs and trying to run it in another monitor, or I could just cloud stream the game, where like cloud streaming is legit awesome for me. I don't have data caps. I don't, I've got a good connection. I'm playing 14 on the cloud right now. Like it's, the only thing that that I want would be like I want to experience 14 in an ultra wide, because people say it's gorgeous, and I'm like, that'd be cool. The question is, I guess, how would I set that up for stream, which would be fine because the PC can handle it both ways. But then like I can play on cloud downstairs and upstairs and left and right, and I don't always like. I'm not going to haul my computer from place to place. It seems like a lot of effort.
I built my computer to travel. I built a mini ITX rig, so mine's all contained in one case, and it does everything. I can run WoW and 14 at the same time while streaming. It's great, and Brian's computer will be as powerful or more powerful than mine. So like current hardware is pretty incredible. I would add 2 more monitors to answer the same question.
Yeah, so it'd be like this. I might get another monitor.
My GPU has four ports.
If I want 4 monitors.
I run 2 monitors and a TV right now. When I bought my monitor stand, I went ahead and bought the quad because there's no way to upgrade the dual into the quad. Yeah. So I have 2 other arms. I wanted one on top of the other, so I already needed the tall one. So I just got one that has 2 other arms. There's just nothing on them. Actually, there's not nothing on them right now. There's lights clamped to them, so they've been really convenient for clamping lights too. But that's there's like a big flat plate that's meant to hold the monitor, and then it's a light clamp to it. So yeah, and I love having them off the desk.
Yeah.
You think that the first one should be hard, so I don't think they easier and easier kind of rewards people for getting all of them. I think you want to invite people into the system and then let them get harder and harder. But once again, that's just my opinion. It'd be whatever they wanted. Okay. Have I ever run into that heat has killed one of my systems? My systems typically age out. Heat is always a factor. They last a long time, but I've always been on Mac hardware, which
I got a chat question. I need help.
Pretty great.
Should I take these field notes for lockboxes or for coins? What do y'all think is the best use of my field notes?
I mean, I want lockboxes because I want mounts, but I don't know if that's the best use.
Yeah, it doesn't disrupt the streaming side at all, Jonah. But again, like when I say my internet crushes this stuff, so I don't have a problem cloud. Like that's if any stream you've ever caught me in the last since June 2019, it actually is beneficial for me as a streamer because my local PC has just been handling the stream, and all the gameplay is elsewhere, so it doesn't have a negative impact on me. But like even here with Shadow, like if I just open it up, I've got like it does 60. One of the things that gaming locally does, and that's where the differential will come into play. Like with a Series X, with the PS5, you can get like 120 frames a second. Cloud gaming right now is they're capping it at 60 from a data use perspective, and I have it already. Like I have it. To cloud game, you really just need 25 to 35 megabits to have an optimal experience. Yeah, 60 frames a second, 1080p, maybe a little bit higher on 4K. And that's just kind of like you can do that itself. But no, if you're getting into content creation, the thing that I value is actually the cloud, because I don't have my hard drive showing, but like I'm always like in the red on my hard drive space because I'm capturing footage, editing that footage, archiving that footage, and the fact that I don't have to have these 60 to 100 gigabyte games on my local machine, like that's like that could be like 20 videos worth that I have that I can work with and archive and things like that. So, and then from this is heat management. So my PCs, my laptops, like all the things, it just gives me more flexibility. Did chat say what I need? Whether I should go lockbox or should I go coin? Go coins. Thank you. I was just like, I don't know.
And then, all right. Let's see. Arm mounts are amazing. The problem with arm versus wall mounts, like they're both amazing. I want to move to a sit-stand desk. Brian's already on a sit-stand desk. Yeah. So by having an arm mount, it goes up and down with the desk, as opposed to a wall mount, you're at a fixed height, or you would have to move them up and then move the desk up and then move the desk down and then move them down. And like I like that they're mounted to the same desk height so that when I move to a sit-stand, the whole thing goes up. Is there a reason why Bozja and Eureka is an instant zone? To keep people from dropping in and out.
The reason why it's set up this way is that it's a complete technical issue, and what it does is it permits us to be able to team up and draw from the data center. That's why I think the coolest thing that could happen to 14 now would be to say, instead of like server, you take a data center, and then just like how we've got different instances of the zones, they say the system's going to handle that, and they'll always try to fill zones with people. So like imagine if you're like, because one of the things that they do right now, like why put Fates in Heaven's Word as a part of the relic? Well, you have a free trial that goes to Heaven's Word, and there's nothing more disheartening than when you go play an MMO and you never see anybody. So they've artificially inflated the need for the zones, but they could do this type content in every zone, and it would always be like you could have a greater chance for being populated because it's not drawing from a single server, it's drawing from the entire data center or more. And that's what Guild Wars 2 does. In fact, it actually will be like, hey, we see your zone's not that populated. Do you want to move to a populated zone? Like, it will even ask you and tell you. Which right. that would be something that I think would be awesome to see. Will it happen? Don't know. The technical aspect of it, that could be just massive. But that's why Bozja and all this is in a instance server, because they want to make sure that there's people to play with. And if your server was like, yeah, we're really not into Bozja, you're kind of SOL at that point, you know? And this way, it's like it's drawing from the data center. And so, as we've had World Visit, that would be the evolution that I would love to see. But that's also like from a technical perspective, like, oh, I'm not gonna hold my breath, because it's that in and of itself is like ripping the guts out of 14 foundationally, right. And then like, oh, okay, like, oh, it's stable. Oh, thank God.
I didn't go water cooling, by the way, to kind of keep that conversation going on the hardware side, because I plan on traveling with my rig, and I have already traveled with my rig. And some of that traveling will be by plane, yeah. And I need it to not have liquid in it.
And mine is water cooled.
So yeah, liquid cooling. One of the biggest problems with mini ITX builds is heat, and the answer to that is water cooling, and I couldn't do that. So I'm just subjecting my rig to a shorter lifespan, and hopefully by the fact that I'm now doing this full time, a 5-year lifespan instead of a 7-year lifespan is just part of the budget. You know, it's just the nature of it. But it's going to let me do things like I want to go live with my sister for a month or 2 next year, maybe 3. I mean, COVID pending.
They let you in the country,
and like she lives in Romania, and so assuming that like that sort of traveling, and assuming we can get our house leased out and all that, like assuming we can do all of that, I didn't build this rig, so I couldn't take it with me. So it's got the CPU fan, it's got 2 fans on top. Obviously the GPU has 2 fans, and so like, and then it's got 2 open sides. I do my best to keep it away from the ground and all that, so it kind of is what it is. The hard drive space is the problem with it. Hard drive space will be the problem with my editing rig. I want to replace my editing rig with a Mac Mini, so that it's also kind of a small form factor. And then I use externals. Yeah. Externals all the way. There will never be enough of those. For relic difficulty, you've been hearing the opposite. It's the new step is the stopping point.
Yeah, that's what people are,
relic
because they also
never ideal. It never is. You just take joy in what it is and just let it be that thing. What do I need? I need Santique lumber, which I could craft myself, which is 4 Santique logs. So let's go look up Santique, and let's go see what the cheapest way to do that is. So it's 2,800 a piece, or 725 a piece. Can I just go gather this myself? Crafting method. Gathering method. What? Crafting method. Gathering method. There it is. Okay, Amarang. Cool. So I would need how many? What's the math on this? So I need to make... Oh, I just need to make a lot of these. So let's just go gather a bunch. All right. Cool. Today's going to be a bit of a rabbit hole. We're just going to dive down it. Over and over and over. What's going on, Locke? You just made an account on Twitch just so you could see us. Thank you so much, man. And welcome to Twitch.
Welcome to Twitch, and thanks so much for your support. It really, really means the world to us.
You wonder if they're going to raise the minimum spec next expansion? I don't know. This announcement and what they decide to do with bringing it to Xbox is a lot about like, okay, is PC the limiting factor next time? Is a console the limiting factor? What is the limiting factor for the minimum spec? What's the lowest spec platform that lets you into the game next expansion? I don't know. All right. Anthony Crash, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. You're now running around as a Pokemon. let's
Thanks
drop
so much
these.
for the
Month of
follow and
February
the
is
sub.
brought to you by whoever made this sprite sheet for us. I doubt it's official.
I'm sure he'll get a different power supply or some kind of converter if he goes to Romania.
Yeah, my brother-in-law already lives there, so like that's not an issue. And he's a software programmer for Silicon Valley, so like they have better internet than I have here. They've got power solved. So like the nice thing is that I'm not just like charging into the void. Like that's not a problem. Anthony Crash with 5 gift subs. Your first
Whoa.
sub, followed by your first 5 gift subs.
Dude.
Excellent. Mrs. Sticks. Hey, how are you doing, Mrs. Sticks? Gooseberries. Adrelith.
Hey.
I'm low key bored right now.
We gotta get I need to I suck at reaching out. So Mrs. Six, we gotta get you and your husband on the podcast maybe here in a week or two. I'll reach out via email. I've done that before. We gotta get you guys back or on. We gotta figure this out because I want to talk with you guys about MMOs. You guys do put out some amazing content. Be sure to give them a follow. Let's see here.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to him about like as I was buying components. It didn't sound like it was going to be a problem. He went over there with his Mac from the US and it's fine. So I don't think it's. I'm not really worried about it. I'll take a time scan map, sure. One of the reasons that you started WoW back in BC was because the current game. It was one of the current games that your PC could play. MMOs are incredibly generous. People wonder how like my computer can run 2 at once. It's not only that my computer's new; it's that I'm not trying to run Valorant and Cyberpunk at the same time. Like these games just aren't the load, and you can turn down settings and have a very similar gameplay experience. I play with the settings at about 70-80% because that's about the level where honestly I like them. When I turn them above that, like it's just. There's so much flashing. Like I turn a lot of spell effects down for preference. And so like I don't even want them at max settings.
Right, exactly. Well, we're getting a lot of notifications going off, so thank y'all. Maybe drop a couple mass bombs if you can.
I just dropped like a whole bunch. I just launched Pokemon for days. Mono World and Call Me Bells and El Skeletor, thank you so much for hitting follow. You guys are awesome. Yeah, MMOs are literally geared to be on like, you know, a phone cable plugged into a potato, and they just invite the whole world in. That's why they can have the support that they do. The only game that's managed to be more inviting than that is when you start talking about like Fortnite making it on mobile. I think it's just a matter of time until MMOs realize that you don't have to dumb these games down that much, if at all, to run on the top end of phones. Like, you're not trying to capture all phones. Any phone you capture is above this.
Yeah.
And even if it's Wi-Fi required because we don't want to get phone calls about data usage or whatever, like, why can this not run on, especially as we start to talk about cloud-based? All it takes is a partnership between, you know, xCloud or Stadia, which now at this point says that they're third-party only.
Yeah.
You know,
they're going the GeForce Now option, like route, because it's like, okay,
and that's fine.
We're just here to sell you a service, you know?
But imagine if GeForce Now partners up with Activision and xCloud partners up with Square Enix, and both games move to having cloud support. Once they have cloud support, you really just need a screen and a way to control your character.
Yeah.
And so like it could require a Bluetooth keyboard, mouse, or a Bluetooth controller to play. It doesn't need to be controllable with your fingers. What I really just need is a mobile display. So, you know, with a tablet or a phone, can I be doing the content I'm doing right now? Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There is no reason that this has to be rendered locally if the game like openly and legit partners with a cloud-based service.
Yeah, that's where I'm interested to see how, like, if New World is a part of the Luma service for Amazon. But then at the same time, it's like, all right, like, it could be cool if it is. If it's not, that'd be kind of strange, especially because they're like building out a platform and they're trying to build games. I don't know.
Venom says, "Stop! I want." Being able to do Golden Saucer at work, my IRL productivity goes to 0. Oh yeah, Joe, this game, like, max settings is absurd. If I need to swap out the power supply, like, I built this machine myself. I'm really not that worried about it.
Imagine though, like when you think of massively multiplayer online, like that, it's in a weird way. Like it started off like it's like you have these large scale battles, and then Fortnite essentially said, "Hey, okay, we'll be massive." 100 player, you know, and MMOs have gotten smaller and smaller. you know, like where you like 4-man, 8-man, you know, it's like, okay, oh god. Leave me alone, monkey.
All right.
And it's like, okay, so it'd be neat, like, imagine, like, because I think that's something like Ashes or like Pantheon or like whatever they're trying to accomplish. It's like, hey, by the way, did you know, like, we're actually gonna have a 3,000 player battle. Like, is that fun? We have no idea, because it's never really been done, because it hasn't been able to be done. But maybe it's crazy. Like, imagine if, like, all right, cool, we're the, you know, this unit, and you know, and you can see all of them because the computers that are rendering them are all on, you know, like you have endless GPUs and processors on a cloud farm, as opposed to like, okay, yeah, your local machine can't run this game because you need a, you know, $50,000 PC. You need 30 graphics cards, and I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if they, because that's the thing. The only thing that really frustrates me about Google shutting down its game studio is that I wanted to see something that could only be done on the cloud. Like, what does that look like?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, they're like, well, I guess it's not worth it.
I cannot believe that nobody told them that it takes 10 years to get a gaming studio off the ground. I think people told them that, and they said, no, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
And then, no, it does. It's not a money problem. It takes 10 years to get a gaming studio off the ground. And so, like, it's incredibly frustrating to see them give up so fast.
That's Google,
and
though.
All the analysts were saying, you know what, this time they bid off such a huge amount of money, they're not going to give up. They're not going to give up. It's too much money. This is more expensive than Google Glass. This is more expensive than Google Plus. This is more expensive than, and they just, you know, all these things that are in the Google graveyard. This is, yes, those were tens of millions of dollars or hundreds of millions of dollars. This was billions of dollars. There's no way they give up. And to see them pull first-party support does somewhat frustrate me, because it's the first step to giving up, right? The value proposition of why would I come here? Now you're trying to compete against platforms that people do trust not to give up, and they have unique games.
Yeah.
Why would I pay you?
Right.
And so, like,
I'm already in that ecosystem.
I got another email notification over team. Like, I think you downloaded yet another game. So, like, Brian's supporting it, but like, why does the general population support it? Why does gamer Joe Blow pick up Stadia for the very first time if they're not, like, Brian and I both have spent portions of our lives being early adopters, and like supporting ideas every bit as much as supporting execution. But that's not where the general portion of the population, like, they may do that whatever their hobby is, right? So if their hobby is watching sports, they may follow a team that's in their rookie year, right? The Las Vegas shenanigans with them having a phenomenal first season in the NHL, right? They may follow all that really closely and know what my father-in-law knew, who all those players were, where they came from, you know, all of this stuff about it. So, like, you have time to be an early adopter in one thing, but everything else in your life, I'm not going to go try every new restaurant that opens. I'm not going to download every beta build of phone operating software. I don't have time to deal with things that aren't perfect in 90% of my life, so that I have to deal with things in the remaining 10%.
Yeah.
And the fact that they weren't willing to wait for things like nip on your mitten latency, like, that's just a timing thing. The ISPs will catch up. So, like, the fact that they weren't willing to invest long enough, especially as one of the ISPs, they had to have had that information. Google didn't dump Stadia. Google dumped, they said that any of their first-party games that are not already set for near releases, which I don't know what they defined as.
I don't think they have any that were near release from a first party.
So they didn't dump it. They dumped first-party support. But that is the first part, right? We didn't get divorced. I just moved out. Oh, so things aren't going well. Like,
The thing with, like, Stadia, like, when all the cloud platforms, it is, I think, the best performing one. I'm really waiting for xCloud to upgrade to the Series X architecture, and also come to, like, other things in mobile. Like, the thing about frustrates me about xCloud is it's only available on my phone, and it can only stream to my PC. Like, it's like, let's freaking go.
There is a way to close chat on full screen mode. I assume you're on the phone. I don't remember how to do it. I had to ask, and somebody told me in whatever stream I was in. There is a way. I just don't know what it is. Because I find it distracting sometimes when I just want to watch stream. So I don't know. If any of you know, do you mind telling Fang how you close chat on Twitch on full screen?
No idea.
And then tell Fang goodbye. Because that's what happens. Is once I minimized it, I was no longer engaged with chat. I do it a lot in like either streams that are just like conversational like this. World First streams, I do it a whole lot because I actually just don't. There's not a lot of chat. Like it's just a bunch of memes being posted.
Yeah. Tap closer Brian's face is what chat's saying.
Okay. Cool. Perfect. You have two stupid questions. Okay. We have two answering idiots here. I never have any interest on Blue Mage. What are you missing? That it's side content. Stop associating the word limited. Stop associating the word job.
Yeah,
it's side content. Do you like minions? Do you like triple triad? It's more like that and less like, do you like white mage?
Right.
So you possibly are missing nothing, but like first step back and say like, do you like have you done chocobo racing? Yeah, I didn't like that either. Okay. Have you done triple triad? Not my thing. You know, like it's totally different. And then what do we think 14 should do? Do you think 14 should allow a damage meter? Brian, are you running a meter right now? He's okay. Yeah, we just got into using meters. It was my first time to be on PC. I've always been on cloud or Mac or PlayStation, so it's my first time to have it available. We both use it for self-improvement. It's not the other people's numbers that we want to see. We want to see our own, and then we want to go to websites like XIV Analysis where you insert the parse, and it tells you where your mistakes are. It says, hey, you know, on the damage on the dummy, you might be able to execute a perfect rotation, but when we actually put you in an Eden fight and things go sideways over 11 minutes, your combo, you only got your combo right 7 out of 11 times. And it's like, okay, that's helpful. I can work on that. So yes. Cool. Do you like getting interesting spells? I wish they had more cosmetic spells. So like, as you continued unlocking spells, because the problem is right now, once I get a spell, outside of like Brian helped me get the spell, so I'll help him get the spell, there's no incentive for me to go join a party finder and help strangers get that spell. But if that spell had like a, once you unlock it 100 times, you get a cosmetic upgrade to that spell, it's shinier, it looks different, whatever, it's a purely cosmetic thing, then all of a sudden it's like, you know what, this is my favorite spell in the game, and there's some cosmetics of it that, you know, let me, instead of throwing a fish, I can throw this spinning turtle that I'm on right now. Okay, how many times do I have to farm it? You have to farm it 500 times. Cool. If you do it 1,000 times, you can throw a Namatsu. Great. I'm going to go join a party finder that farms up the throw a fish spell 1,000 times.
Right.
Like, it is cosmetic spells. I wish it was even more so.
If glamour is the true end game, you know, if glamour really is the true end game, it's like, all right.
And it is. It's a big buffet. What's going on, Alex? Can you take Blue Mage into Bozja? No, you can't even take Blue Mage into Eureka. Blue Mage is capped at 70 and has a huge restriction on not being allowed in certain type of content. It's not allowed in Ultimates, and why I assume once we get multiple limited jobs, they would consider giving us like a limited ultimate where you let limited jobs into the old ultimates, but it's a separate set of achievements, so it doesn't nerf the ability of doing the ultimates legit. And then honestly, I was listening to Miztech talk about it last night. You don't even have to see if it's possible. Just let us in. Put an achievement behind it. Let us in. Don't test it. Maybe it's not possible. Who cares? People throw their face at that wall for hours. It'll be like Solo Palace of the Dead. It wasn't balanced to be possible, but it is. Like, just let the players impress you. It's fine.
Right.
Would we get a Tonberry Beast Tribe? That'd be cool. That'd be super cool. We're deleting tank stance. That'd be the dream. It's not my thing. You love this game because there's so much to do, but you don't feel like doing all of it. It is. It's the world's MMOs are the world's largest buffet. You don't have to eat everything at the buffet to feel that you got your money's worth. And you can go into that buffet with other people who actively don't want to eat the same things as you, and that's fine.
Right.
Totally fine. And I think people are like, but I paid my $5.99 to get in, and they wasted a bunch of their money putting out sushi, and I don't like sushi. Okay. But you also got what you wanted, right? Yeah. And it was only $5.99, right? Yep. As opposed to a normal restaurant being $30? Uh-huh. Why are you complaining? Like, these are $15 a month, and it's a huge amount of content, as opposed to paying $60 for a full price game and only getting that one type of content. They're a bargain. It's a bargain.
Right.
Is it possible to make a sub tier where you can pick your Pokemon? Oh, you can pick your Pokemon right now, Anthony. So yes, there's an overlay called Stream Avatars, has a little S and A, and you can pick your Pokemon. So you're already at that sub tier. You can pick it. It's not a Twitch thing. It's an add-on we use, so that's unique to us. So no way you could have known that. And then every month I'm going to change it. So it's Pokemon this month. It'll be something different next month. And we'll keep changing it up.
I vote Mega Man.
Yeah, some of the packs don't have very much in them. So it may be possible we have a pack that like one of them was like 2 characters from Street Fighter. And like, I'm not saying I'll never give that a month. So I'll pick one and it'll be what it is. And you guys will pick between those. So this time you have 252 choices. It's a lot. You have a lot of choices.
You have a lot of choice when it comes to your to your choices. Are you able to take Blue Mage into Bozja? No, you can't even take it into Eureka. It is so
Oh, you missed that.
so disappointing.
All right.
You're a cute Abra. Abracadabra.
Moving right along. How many of these do I have now? I have 158. Is that enough? Who knows? Okay. Let's consider that enough. What happens? Titan Bronze Ingot. Crafting method. And it's going to be made from titanium ore and Titan Copper. Let's jump back to Mist and see if that's something that's worth just paying for. Alakazam! Werepixie continuing your gift sub from Lazy Swayze. Thank you to both of you. Lazy introducing Werepixie to the joy of being a Pokemon. Why, you may have been a Diablo at the time. And Werepixie for choosing to continue it. Let's drop a mass bomb.
Drop them.
You know what? We'll drop it for both of you. 2 mass bombs. Has Bozja been busy? Yes. Yes. Compared to weeks past, there was a dead window. I don't know how long it'll last, but yes. As of now, it's been busy. Titan Bronze. Titan Bronze. All right. So, Titan Bronze ingots are 1,900 apiece. And they take, like, 5 ingredients each, plus the crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just buy them.
Just buy them.
How many does that make? 1 each. That's great. And then starch glue. Starch. They may be off screen, but the Diablo squad will live eternal. I'm not saying we won't bring Diablo back, but okay. Starch glue is $4,000 a piece for the first one, and then it goes up from there. I assume that's crafted. It is crafted. Let's go make this. Vampire Cut Vine and Vampire Vine Sap. 2 of each. Hopefully there's not a lot of items with Vampire in the name. Okay, Vampire Cut Vine. Are those crafted? Why are they high quality? And Vampire Vine Sap.
I don't know.
They're expensive.
They're monster drops or bicolor.
Oh, or bicolor. All right, well then let's buy them. How many do I need? Let's buy our way to like 50 maybe? That's 46. That's 49. Ooh.
My kit.
Yeah, for sure.
Tap that mic. Just tap that mic.
Just tap it. And then let's buy to 50 of these and see what that does. I don't want to go do like that's a deep rabbit hole to start farming bicolor gemstones.
Well, it'd be so much fun. Like, imagine if bicolor gemstones were a part of, like, again, like you take the fate and what we've got going on here, and fates could lead into critical engagements. Could, it's like this system is so innately exciting to me that I want it outside of this one, this kind of like this one-off taste. Okay, cool.
All right. So now I can make a bunch of starch glue. And I can swap out gear here. Yes. And then I can go ahead and repair my gear. Repair all... Oh, no, I don't have the dark matter required. I think I can buy that inside. Cool. Do you think Final Fantasy XIV is ever going to end like 11? Eventually. I think we at least have 6.0 and probably 7.0.
If 14 is going to be remembered fondly, then yes. I from a story thing. Doesn't mean that the game itself, just like we have WoW and WoW Classic, doesn't mean they can't sit here and say, okay, now we're in 14.2 and it's connected and you're like, your character, like it's a whole new game and story, but we're still connecting you to the core of it, and that's the thing I think would be a fine thing to do. But if we like when people praise Shadowbringers for its story and lament its end game for its lack of innovation, it's like, well, if you're going to really preserve this story, if we're going to say this is a story first MMORPG, stories have endings, and it doesn't mean they can't have new beginnings set in the world, and there aren't things else to do. But if you're going to tell an epic, you have to be prepared to end it. You gotta, like, I have a massive amount of respect for Breaking Bad, because even while it was in its height, they could have taken the money and just said, okay, yeah, people like this, let's keep going, until they hate it. And so, like, when you look at certain shows that don't do that, everybody's like, man, that was great, and then eventually it was like, oh, that's not so great anymore, rather than leave people wanting more in that regards. And then as a game in perspective, like, there's nothing to sit here and say, like, well, okay, cool, that story is done. What happens 1,000 years from now? Like, we can tell the story of us as these legends of the past, and we can also, like, somewhat, hey, that was us. And then and the thing about it, like, when you look at what WoW has done, they had to bring back Classic because there's a demand for that. Imagine if you never had to bring back 14. It was just like, yeah, that from 2.0 to 6.0 or so, whatever that time frame is, whatever makes the best story, you can go play that. And now, new engine, new requirements, 14.2 or 17 or like they could always just say, like, yeah, check it out, by the way, here's all this cool stuff, enjoy. I don't know. That's just where I think where you get the best of both worlds, in my opinion. And I know when I talk to new people, they're like, no, I don't want it to end. It's like, yeah, I know. You're like, this is so good, I'm enjoying this. But at some point, like, do you ask somebody to play 1,000 hours just to come play this game that you love with you? Or is it 2,000 hours? Like, what's that time frame where you're like, all right, it's, yeah, let's go play a different game, because you're going to have to go grind out 3,000 hours worth of story and cutscenes before we can do anything together. I don't know. We're all different. I know I can't get my brother to play this game, and that's okay. Because it's like, all right, man.
I mean, and time travel, we could go forward, we could go past, and that doesn't even mean that they have to stop supporting this timeline.
Right.
Like, 11 still gets support, kind of.
Yeah.
It's just not a full-blown MMO worth of support.
Yeah,
so, like, I don't think they need to separate it like 11. I think they could do that.
I think if you keep it together, that'd be cool.
Your question for your ARR relic, you're grinding all your crafters. You need a weapon for your crafter. You could just buy it off the market board. You don't have to make it yourself.
Yeah, and 2,000%
Especially
Smug
battle
says
type
it's very
drop.
difficult for him to get his WoW friends into 14. It's like, yeah, and that could
It's
be
a big jump.
a variety of reasons, but like, everybody's gonna have their reason itself.
I think them creating a bundle that comes with skip potions is the answer to that. And I know that's a controversial statement, but if you let WoW people come in and try the end game and see it with off the globals, then maybe as they play through Shadowbringers, maybe you put experience rewards for a second class on Shadowbringers quests. So they blast through Shadowbringers the first time like they would with WoW. The second time through, they enjoy the story and they go, but I have so many questions. What's this crystal tower they're talking about? What's an Ascian? What's a primal? And you say, hey, well, let's go back and let's level through the old ones. And then they're invested. You're not asking people to make the investment on faith. It's a lot to say like, hey, if you go into this club, it's going to be the most amazing night of your life. Cool. It's going to be $1,000 at the door.
Huh?
Like, it might be worth it. Yeah, but once you pay it, you're actually allowed to come and go from this club forever and ever. So over time, like, it's going to pay out. They have free drinks. It's going to be amazing. You just got to pay this $1,000 up front. I don't know. Don't worry. In 2 years, it's going to be $1,200. Oh, like, I don't know. So it's a lot to ask, especially for people that are already in an MMO. They've already done a grind.
That's the hover that I have with Ashes of Creation. Every time I'm like, well, should I go ahead and just get that ultimate bundle and get guaranteed access to Alpha 2? And, like, should I do that or should I wait? No. Yeah, there are only 20 people registering for Castrum. I will pass on that.
That's plenty. Doesn't have to be.
I know, but I'm still here. I'm here for medal. I'm not here for. I want to hit rank 13 so that way, like, at least I got that done, and then I can come back and medal farm later. Because I'd like to, before I go and get some work done and whatnot, dive into running one more DR with you.
Medal rewards behind Castrum. They said they adjusted the rewards. I just don't know what that means.
Right.
It just said adjusted.
Tabletop Logistics says every day I hit the same thing, Brian.
Right.
As a 15-year WoW vet, I made a switch to play 14 more. The community of the game, the lore alone are worth it. WoW has its things, as does 14, but man, 14, it just gets you more invested. I think it's because of how it's story-driven, and people, like, some people don't like me, and that's fine, I get it. I don't like me at times. But when I 14 is not an MMORPG. 14 is maybe at best an RPG MMO. And I think it's that RPG MMO aspect of it that gets people connected to the world quickly and more like, which is a good thing. And then essentially after you are like, oh man, that was a really great experience, it says, by the way, you can do this with friends. There's all this other MMO stuff that you can optionally participate in, and that the choice is up to you, and that it kind of is respectful of the player's time. Some people find that offensive because they're like, no, it's an MMORPG. It's the best MMO on the market. And I go, you are stupid, because it is not the best MMO on the market. That is Final Fantasy XI. Thank you very much.
All right.
Juveal21, thanks for the follow.
Playing Shadowbringers makes you feel pretty confident that you can just ask a friend to start with the story in Shadowbringers and go back. Yes.
That's actually Chris and I talked about that specific thing.
That's what I'm doing right now. I went through Shadowbringers with no prior knowledge. And yes, I had questions. A lot of dumb questions. A lot of questions that Ethis sat down with me to answer a lot of them. And because I was like, well, I could go off and I'm doing this full time now. I could go off and I could just clear ARR and I would answer all my own questions. But I have a feeling I'm not alone. And so I reached out to Ethis and said, hey, I know this sounds stupid, but like, what if I asked you all the things that the game is more than willing to show me, just in case there's anybody that, like me, ignored the game and now wants the answers in an easy to digest, quick, I'm going to watch these 2 YouTube videos. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. And so he sat down with me and recorded those over on Gaming Kinda. And like, one of the comments was like, the game tells you all of this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't say it didn't. Like, I didn't say it didn't. And so it was hugely helpful to just have like yet another format for the same knowledge. And so that's over on Gaming Kinda. We're going to sit down and do that again on the 10th. And we'll record 2 more. So like, they're dumb questions. They're stupid questions. But like that's where I'm at. I did Shadowbringers and I loved it, and now that Shadowbringers has wrapped, and yes, we have we had 5.4 and we'll have 5.5 story, but that's really laying the groundwork for 6.0. Now that the core of Shadowbringers, not the core of the first, has been resolved, I find myself wanting to know more, and the answer to know more is to go back. So I'm going back and I'm actually I started an EU character so that I could start fresh, so that my job quests aren't cleared, so that my side quests aren't cleared. I know they're adding a lot of that to New Game Plus, but I was like, you know what, let's just start completely fresh. Because that also told me, we tell people all the time, just do MSQ, you won't gap out. But like, is that true? Like, I just want to make sure we weren't giving people bad advice. And so it's been a great excuse to try that as well.
And so I would throw my check, King, at Final Fantasy XI, at like a remake, remaster within like Unreal or something like that as well. I think that'd be really interesting to see how it hangs up. I think 11 and 14, like they're like, when you think about the complementary nature of like the MMORPG and for how 14's designed and Yoshi P says take breaks. Like if you think of it like, let's say there was one sub and you could go play 11, 14. Dragon Quest, like it's like, yeah, absolutely, you're part of the ecosystem. But Square Enix, I think even the CEO said they're not really interested in doing their own subscription-based game, and I think it makes sense for them just to sell it to like Game Pass or PlayStation Now or something like that.
Yep. Imagine if you could your Game Pass pays for 11 and pays for 14 up to
just jump on in. Just jump on in.
Yep. And not as a way of, like, I think a lot of people would quickly take that as, well, that's not fair to me. They're not changing any of the current avenues. This is in addition to. Like, it's not making things worse. It's inviting more people in. All right, here we go. Now we're going to start crafting some rarefied Santique vouchers. And I'm doing that for yellow scripts so that I can buy more petrified logs. Oddly specific petrified logs is actually their name, which is accurate. These are oddly specific.
Yeah.
Been on a grind.
Right. Sony did do that with Sony Online Entertainment, which became Daybreak. I was really sad that they what they proposed when they were showing off like the EverQuest next, and I was like, oh, that looks great, and then it's like, oh yeah, nothing ever happened. That canceled.
You started playing Mid to End Heavensward on the 1 to 30 free trial, and it sucked you in. Yeah. I mean, if you're sucked in by 1 to 30, you've got that's great news.
Your experience is going to be awesome.
Because 1 to 30 is, in my opinion, 1 to 30 and 50 to 51 are the two worst ranges in this game. Because the post 50 ARR story that they've now trimmed 100 quests out of is a grind. And then the 1 to 30, when you don't have off the globals, you haven't gotten your job identity yet. That's the slowest the game gets. So if you like it then, it's great. It's great. Smooth sailing from there on out. So, I mean, getting 2 MMOs for $20 instead of 1 for 15 or something like that also just encourages, like, when 5.45 drops and all your friends are like, I'm in Bozja, I'm doing Blue Mage, and you're like, I don't like any of those things. We'll go to 11. And then at that point, like, it would be nice to have like a Square Enix launcher or something like that, where like I can chat with my friends from 11 to 14. We can chat back and forth. And I know that's like a huge tech thing to overcome, but like from a viewer standpoint, from a consumer standpoint, I would love it to feel like a light switch that just turns on. I know it won't be, but I would love to feel like, wow, I can chat with people in 11 now. I can see when they're online. And maybe it requires like it does on off-serve, like when you have people that are off-world. But just something where like I know Brian's online and I want to tell him like, hey, we're ready to raid. So I just right-click, it checks he's online. Yeah, he's online. Hey, we're going to run some Eden. Do you want to get your weekly clears in? Yeah, I'll be right over. And he logs out, he logs in, and we're off to the races.
Yeah, that would be the dream. That would be the dream right there. Hey, lots of new followers.
Discord manages it right now, but it's just weird to go off-platform for a solution. What is going on with all the followers?
Thanks, guys, so much for the follows today.
So much.
Trying to get to 10K. 10K followers.
All hitting the follow button. Let's drop some mass bombs. Let's launch these Pokemon.
Yeah, 200%. That's one of the reasons why I have just kind of been like, no, like that content's not for me. Like I view the raid, and I know people will get offensive, you know, like I'm not trying to be offensive or shocking, but I view that kind of content as the content that expires the quickest, and thus it's not actually worth my time. Because we've tried to get that kind of group of like people, and like that, and that in and of itself is the gate. It's finding 7 other people who have that same kind of time commitment that you can, and I'm not going to sit here and say that it's their fault. The problem 100% lies with me. But it's also content that expires the fastest in terms of gear. So in my mind, like I'll just go play with my kids and spend time with my family, and I'll come in and do leveling, and that's why I would hope that 6.0 has like a deeper level of focus on like the mid-core. Like give me a Paragon system, and it doesn't even have to be like making me more powerful. Just give me more reasons that XP has a value. And when XP loses value, I tend to lose interest. But that's why I started parsing in 14, because it's kind of like, okay, cool. Can I get better? Can I be a better gamer? What? Like the notifications going off every second.
Both giving us the Prime sub. Thank you so much for choosing
guys.
with us this month. I appreciate it. And then Maxim turns right back around and gifts a sub for a total of 6 to the channel. And that one goes to Safei. Congrats, Safei. You're all running around as Pokemon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed being launched. I launched enough. The bombs are so much fun. I know that for some people, like watching, like it literally causes the stream to like buffer funny. All right, with all those on the ground, let's do it. So we're gonna do a battle.
Artiste.
Royale.
Oh, we're doing battle royale. Heck yeah.
Last Pokemon standing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on Twitch. The link should be up in the pinned at the top of Brian's. You can actually see Brian's stream, Brian's face all over here on Twitch.
Yeah.
So our goal is to just funnel you guys right over. So stop watching Brian there.
You can still lurk on Brian as well. Like, you know, like YouTube likes that, I guess.
Yeah. No, it's just meant to be. We like being both live. It's good. On Friday, we'll actually both be live as well, so you'll be able to see his screen on his and my screen on mine. We need to work on that layout a little bit offline, because you probably won't be able to see his player on his.
We'll work on that. Like
we're gonna have my face, his face, Benny from Comic Storian's face, and then also have the stream up. And then also the house, make this feel a little bit like FanFest.
Yeah, we're gonna try to make it. We're gonna try to make this like fun and awesome for everybody to hang out with us, and you can show off your glamour and your character, and hopefully have a good. Hopefully it'll be fun. That's ultimately the goal, is that we have fun.
I don't know how many yellow scripts I need, but I'm just gonna keep going until I run out of materials. You're here from YouTube, Barium. Thank you so much. And then Death Knight in the Lurk Force, I appreciate it. We know you guys are there. I know you guys are there because we typically have more than 35 people showing up, and like the highest number of people we've ever had chatting concurrently is like 37. There's an award for getting 50, but then the award, all it does is let us issue additional VIPs, and we don't really do anything with our VIPs. So like, it's not something I've asked for, because like it doesn't let us actually give anything out that we're gonna give out. But yeah, it's a thing. You started on YouTube and then downloaded Twitch to move over. Well, thank you.
Welcome. Thank you for the. Yeah, thanks for being here, guys. It really means a lot.
How do I screenshot those when I do my partner apps?
Yeah, I know.
Oh. Yeah, we're dragging. Do we already have the relic, the new relic part? I have not done my 15 crystal towers. I'll probably start jumping. I'll probably start diving into those tomorrow. So yesterday I did Delibram, and then because of technical issues with Twitch, and then we did a little Blue Mage. That kind of summed up the day. So it was unfortunate that patch day happened to be the one day with technical issues. It was just an unfortunate diagram of good and bad. So today, Wednesdays, I do crafting streams. I just do chill streams. It's like a nice midweek rest. Brian asked if I would run a Delibram later. I'm happy to do one. And then I'll come back over and keep doing this. But tomorrow I'll be probably doing Crystal Towers all morning, work on my relic stuff, maybe do another Delibram, maybe do my Eden clears, because I wouldn't mind doing some Eden clears. I don't know. I could do those on Friday. It doesn't matter. No, I can't, because this week I may just miss Eden this week. I don't need anything from it. I'm just doing it to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just doing normals. So maybe I'll do them Monday. Friday, obviously, we were adjusting stream hours to account for the fact that we don't live in Japan, and so we stream when the sun is up here, not there. And Thursdays, the reason that I won't get to everything tomorrow is from noon to 2. I co-stream just like this layout here with Brian, but the other face is Xandri. There's a chat delay there because we haven't quite got her set up where she can do the way that Brian sends me his face. She said she may have a second camera for me this week, so we'll see if that makes that better.
Y'all with the second camera, anyway.
It doesn't need to be a second camera. But that is the simplest way to do it if you already have one. But yeah, if it's a delay, it's a delay. And what we do is we run one Final Fantasy dungeon followed by one World of Warcraft dungeon, and we're working our way through them. So we did the first one, then the first one, the second one, and the second one, the third one, and the third one. Both, if you add trials to dungeons, both have right around 130. So we could do this basically into perpetuity.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point it would run out, but that's way in the future. So we're just enjoying that every Thursday from noon to 2, and then afterwards we just chat. Which sometimes those chats are really goofy. We're just having a good time. Other times she's asking me like serious questions.
Yeah.
I asked her, would you still marry your fiance if he came home from like an outing with friends turned into a kobold? And she asked me if I thought that women were treated equally in gaming. One of those is a more serious topic than the other. Yeah. But we have a good time. It's a good time. Both of them are something that we know nothing about. So at least that. It is a trap. It is a trap.
It's a trap.
Immediately felt like a trap. I would like to say I'm not well educated on either subject, because I have lived my entire life without ever seeing any kobolds, and I have also only ever created content as a guy. So I am speaking from a point of guesswork. But it's a fair question. We had a good time. That's what I'll be doing tomorrow from noon to 2. Friday, stream schedule's going to shift. So any of you hanging out throughout the day, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I am not 19, and I can't just go live from 8 to 2, go eat some lunch, and then come back and go live from 6:30 p.m. to 3 in the morning. I can't do it. Won't happen. So what I'm basically going to do is tonight I will probably just stay up. Maybe do some Realmry voice stuff. Maybe just progress through my EU character, so I'm not making a bunch of noise.
You ready to do this thing?
Yeah, I can be. I'm just making pole arms or whatever these are. I'm making vouchers. I'm ready. You tell me.
Yeah, I'm getting that out. I'm just appraising some things real quick.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep crafting.
Yeah.
It's like 30 seconds to craft. So you just tell me when it's ready. Yeah. With do I look fat today? My wife will ask me how she looks in a dress, and I think the best answer is like,
beautiful.
Could you try on multiple dresses, and then I'll tell you which one I like best. Like let's create an out here, so that I don't have to say I don't like one of them. Like you wear 3 dresses. I like 2 of them. I'm gonna tell you which one I like best, and let's just not address that altogether. Because honestly, if you don't look good in it, what are you gonna do? You're gonna try on another dress. Like, let's just start there. Let's jump right to that point. I'm going in as Paladin. I found that to be really safe.
Yeah.
What? Clemency is good? I don't have a good Paladin rotation, but that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna sell this. I think. No, I'm not. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just waiting on Brian. Do I have to be there?
I don't think. Maybe. I was just checking some of these new lost actions that I got. So cool.
We're gonna run some Deliverum, guys. It's 5.45 content all week. We're doing it. This is the.
We'll find out.
So for those of you who used to see me in a blue pig, when I hit 80 with the last of my tanks, each of the tanks took on their own color. So the Paladin is silver. Dark Knight is red.
Ooh.
Gunbreaker is orange, and then of course Warrior Discorder got to keep the iconic, the blue, the legend.
The legend. 6 minutes await on this as it just dropped yesterday. If it takes more than 6 minutes, I guess we'll have to do this later, and then that's going to play into our video. Hey guys, here's some new content. No one's doing it.
Get Brian for wanting to do this a full 27 hours after it released.
Shame.
What are you doing?
Should have scheduled work off. Were you in 5.45? Like, were you? You knew the date. You take the day off.
Would you cancel your 11 subscription if it added to 14?
What? Would I cancel it if it added it to 14? Sorry, what?
I think I'm missing something.
We got tired of asking the mods, like mod support stuff within the 14 world. Just FYI, like it just got to be a point where we're like, oh god.
We also got a chance to ask Yoshi P in person.
Late to game, yeah.
And that kind of brought that conversation to an end. Like up until then, you're like, well, maybe they're not hearing me. And then we got to do a one-on-one interview with, well, it was us and Reddit got to interview Yoshi P. They asked a question, we asked a question, and we asked him straight up about mod support, and that kind of put an end to it. Valerian with the tier 1 sub, thank you so much. Enjoy running around as a Pokemon. Hopefully you can find yourself. You might be behind my face. Let's see if you can find yourself now. I'm gonna launch you. You and everybody else. What was that noise? Brian? Is that you?
Whoa, Valorant Skycaller with the tier 1 sub. That was the noise.
Totally absent.
Sorry, I just was looking at my phone for a second.
What was the noise? Was the noise to your phone?
No. What noise did you hear? The what? I didn't hear a noise other than the notification. And
I do have a little skill speed on my gear. I'm running... I don't know. We'll find out. I'll check it in a second. That's the real in-game, guys. Find your Pokemon.
Find your Pokemon.
It was a dono? Where?
I don't see a dono notification. Like in the history. What happened? Who did what?
I don't see it. It didn't show up in my notifications. Doesn't mean
if
it didn't
you donoed and we didn't thank you so much. I don't know what the hell, why.
You saw it.
I didn't even hear the notification.
Well, how do I go find it?
It's not even showing up in the history.
I heard a bring.
Huh.
You saw it. It was cool. It was amazing. Had to be there.
Cool.
But we weren't there.
Whoever did it.
We weren't there.
Thank you. Oh my goodness gracious.
Thanks for donation. It said, let's get some gear. Well, thank you for donating the amount of money.
Late to game, late to get paid.
It means a lot from you, the person.
I know.
Like I don't know. Like I don't know what to do. Okay. So I've got like a bunch of things here. I can go turn these in now. So I go turn these in wherever I want. I want to turn it in Yulemore because I like it. Late to game, late to get paid. I know. Brian's still on work to game.
Yeah.
Not even making the move to game to work.
Nope.
What's he doing?
Providing for my kids. Except for right now. Like right now I was like, I'll just play a little bit. And then it's like, okay, so I got to 13. This is
you don't have to feed them every day.
Horrible.
Gnarly Grandpa, 2 months. You love this channel. You want us to keep going? We will.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Look forward to new content. Thank you so much for the support. 2 months. Let's drop a double bomb here.
Double bomb. We're at 7 to 24, and we're coming up on 5. We might just switch to a crystal, like a crystal tower, so I can get one more of those memories, and then I'll go to work because, like,
Script exchange.
This is
I know,
concerning.
Okay. I mean, but
oh,
Brian,
there it goes.
Whoa.
Ooh, I was worried.
Paladin.
I was
Come
like,
in.
it's like, geez Louise, like this is the second day.
I will tell you, we got our clear on our first attempt. I was watching a lot of streamers do it last night, and they were pretty fed up with the fact that they couldn't get a clear on normal. So, not everybody got a clear on their first run.
Right.
Okay. Brian, do you mind recording this?
I will record it.
And then we'll clip the...
I'll just keep it fully recording just so I don't end up like, oh no, I forgot to hit record on that fight like I did last time.
Okay.
So hopefully we have a good run, because it'd be nice to like get some guides out on this.
Yeah. Let's do this.
Let's do this thing.
I don't like this light bulb.
Oh, we got 2
My
tanks,
wife
1
gave me
healer.
a
This is
lamp
great.
to get some tomatoes started,
Yeah.
and she gave me a different lamp, and it has a different color temperature in it, and it's
Okay.
kind of white.
Neat.
I like the more yellow light. It's a little blue. Yeah, I went out of town for the weekend. I came back. She's like, so I went in and just took a light from your streaming setup. That's not a problem, right? What? Yes. What do you mean that's not a problem? Yes. You can just take a light. Well, it's gone now. Oh, okay then. I guess that's fine.
How do I equip?
Take a light.
How do I equip?
Well, you had like 3. It's called 3-point lighting. Does it take all 3? It's called 3-point lighting. Yes, it takes all 3. So I got one of our spares, but it has a different bulb in it, and I don't like it. Why do I feel like I'm... Oh, that was weird. There was a moment there where I felt like I was up off the ground. All right, are we ready?
Almost.
I only have 3 raises with me today,
Okay.
so don't die. She's growing tomatoes indoors? Yeah, she does starts indoors. So she starts from seed indoors and lets them get established, and then they go out to the garden. Helps avoid a lot of helps you stay on top of watering them, keep each one individually nurtured. They're in little pots that kind of like pop out. She sells them on Etsy, the little pots. She 3D prints them. I would tell you guys what her Etsy store is, but she ties it to her real name, and that ties to her real Instagram. And it's like, how do I buy these without doxing you? Like, I would love to push these on stream. They're super freaking cool.
Always be doxing.
She's like, yeah, I post pictures of our house. I'm like, why? Like, so she's talked about making it more abstract so that I can put it out on the general internet where I post unpopular opinions about 14.
Perfect.
I'm aware who Scott Zone is and why he doesn't stream anymore.
Yeah.
There should be a wow token. They should include a skip potion. I don't like aspects of the Bozja stuff. Here's my address.
Let's get him.
How about no? How about no? She doesn't post pictures of me, so we wouldn't connect. And we don't have the same last name. So that helps. Because my wife's an architect and has a master's degree and a license in that name, and she wanted to keep the name on her business card and the name on her license all the same. All right, are we doing this?
I guess.
You see maybe only 2 tanks here. I'm a tank. Salad seems to be tanking. Salad's got a Dark Knight sword. Maybe they don't consider pigs tanks. All right. So basically, guys, this is like the ultimate critical engagement. So it's all avoidable damage. That's why it doesn't have a party comp required. So it's 100% avoidable damage. There's the occasional small raid wide, but it's fairly minimal healing. Other than the stuff that hits the tank. Oh crap, I wasn't paying attention. So I'm gonna die here. Yep.
That's where you want
So,
to stack up
right there,
on.
lit up all 4 swords, and I was busy chatting and hanging out, and I didn't pay attention to the direction the swords are going to be coming from.
You gotta focus.
So,
Focus.
that is 100% dodgeable. I just didn't do it. And Kraux with the Prime sub, thank you so much for sharing this month's free Prime sub with us. We
you.
appreciate it.
We know you have a choice in your content creators. And we appreciate you trusting us.
It's 100% avoidable damage. Anybody who doesn't avoid the damage is bad at the game.
Chris is bad at the game. All right, get behind the wall. Get behind the wall.
All right, so we're gonna go run behind these little walls.
And then there'll be a knockback version.
Oh yeah, no, the timing's me. I admit it.
The
Now we're gonna be
knockback.
knocked back. Make sure you got a thing behind you because you can't arms length this. You cannot avoid it. So we're gonna watch the bard here possibly die. Oh, just barely. They made it. That's not shift 4.
Come on. Res. There we go.
All right. Keep it moving here.
Keep it moving, keep it grooving. Okay.
Okay, stack mechanic.
Alright, people moving around. That's just exactly what you want for your stacks.
Yeah, you want everybody to not know what the plan is.
Okay, he's gonna punch the a color.
Okay, now don't stand on dark because he's punching dark. Anybody who does will die, so you'll notice some corpses. Now he's gonna back up and he's gonna do it on light. It's not always dark than light, but it is kind of one than the other. So now it's on light. And now anybody who didn't figure that out the first time and just got lucky has a chance to die. And everybody who knew easily avoided that. It's reasonable mechanics. It really is. It's just a lot of new stuff. And if you're not paying attention, you die. Burden's power.
As the solo healer here, I'm going to just try to keep everybody up. As much as I
have
love
3
doing damage.
And that's it. That's what I got. I've got 3 paladin reses as my last action because I used 2 on Brian yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sign that we can make this because he only used 2 yesterday. We got 3 today. He could play worse on his second time through.
Okay, get behind the wall.
Granted, we had a second healer yesterday, so it's possible you died more than twice and you just got picked up by them.
It is possible.
I died way more than twice.
I know. I did pay a metal price.
Oh yeah, we did have a full party wipe on one of them.
Okay, get ready to run.
So bundle up for chains. Now spread your
And
chains.
then get back together, so you can get for the knockback.
Okay. Make sure you're lined up with the wall. It's basically brambles. And that's it. This is the new Bozja 24 man. So it's an indoor thing. You actually queue right into the instance.
I think
Which I
this
like.
is just raid wine.
You do lose metal, and you do not gain metal. Actually,
I
you
accept
won't,
this.
once per day you gain 12,000 metal for clearing this after you've cleared it the first time. You are going to lose more than 12,000 being here most likely. Because if you're level 15 like me, you lose 3,000 per death, and if we hard wipe, you lose an additional 15,000 for jump. So I started with 700,000. I'm at 636 right now, and this is my second run of this. To go into Savage, you need 700, so I would have to
700K.
go right back up.
Like it's farm Bozja until.
He's on light. Don't touch light.
Thank you.
Sorry, I can't really respond to chat much. I'm sure you guys are saying fascinating things. Here we go. Dark. I'm gonna die plenty, even if I don't look at chat. To just be totally honest, I'm not good enough. It's not gonna happen. All right. I haven't seen swords a second time, so I feel like at some point we're gonna see swords again. Not yet.
I love this content so much.
It's good, man. Okay, I see swords, and don't get hit in the axe. Makoto just stood in that. Gotta love that NPC armor. Just stood still, just stared him down.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do about it? Okay.
Okay, watch
So
swords.
that side. Okay. So this is gonna be the rotating one.
Yeah.
So first, there we go. Keep it moving.
You just want to
Keep it
stand on
moving.
his butt.
Keep
Like
it
you just.
moving. Keep it moving. Good. Awesome. Look at us. Look, Mom, no hands. All right. Crushing it.
Oh, big orb.
Oh, turn. Okay. Oh. I don't really want to stand near you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand away from that.
I don't know if it splashes, but we're going to find out.
Oh god, get back in here.
When in doubt, stay on his butt. That protects from an awful lot of this.
He's the butt boss.
Is there no betting on this? Oh no, there could have been betting on
There
this.
still can be after the fight, you know, like each boss.
All right. We'll bet on the next boss.
Yeah.
I forgot. That's honestly it. All right.
Phantom Ledge.
Let you guys bet your internet points. Okay, stack up for Bramble. Spread for Bramble.
Spread. Break that Bramble.
Cool. We didn't really lose that many people. Are those LBs? Is that what that is? Caster LBs?
Yeah.
Doing it.
I guess single target limit breaks people just don't like. You're Dragoon. It's like, I don't like to limit break. Oh, boo. Just don't move it too much, guys. Let's stack up this time.
Woo! It's a fair bit of damage.
Watch
Oh,
this.
don't stand in those lines. Don't stand in those
Get
lines.
away from them. That's like a
They will
massive
wreck your
spread.
face. One's on me. Ouch. Clemency myself back up here.
Iron, watch where
Okay,
you're standing.
stay off
Okay.
the light.
Yeah, stay off light. Get off dark.
Look at us. People said they were on the first boss for an hour and a half. That sounds miserable. That sounds miserable. Maybe that's the answer. Play in the middle of the day. Play with people that don't have jobs. That late night crew, man.
They get tired. They
struggling.
get tired. You're just like, oh,
Yeah.
man.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't be done. 2%. We're gonna blast right through this.
Oh, he's doing sword lighting.
Oh crap. Okay, 1, 2.
Maybe he'll be done before then. Perfect.
Nice. Okay. Cool. And we're on. So then you get personal spoils. This will drop. There's clusters that are unique to this. These silver ones, you'll need those for Savage. And then there's also I got a gold coin.
Oh, neat.
Whoa! I got a gold coin.
That's nice, dude.
That's 100 silver coins.
Traps. people
Big
protecting
money.
traps.
Big money. Oh, there's better than chocolate inside. I can trade this in for gear that's not an upgrade and isn't something I want to glamour. No, but in all seriousness, that's 100 silver coins.
A gold coin's 100 silver?
100 silver coins.
I did not know that. That's awesome.
Whoa! And I got a silver with. I won a prize that's not
Somebody
material.
needs to clip your gold coin.
Thank you, Phil, for the 500 biddies.
You gotta clip that gold coin thing. Will somebody create a clip of that, please, so we can create that, so Chris can find that for a reaction piece later. I think I got a gold coin.
I got a gold coin. Oh, let's not get hit by this.
Thanks, guys, for the 32 likes on YouTube's. Yeah, getting hit by mechanics, you get that pre-doom.
Dr. Jones says, "Oh, wow, money math. 100
wow,
silver
money.
always equals to gold." All right. Okay, get out of the cone here.
That wow money math. Okay, we got lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, on the corners.
Oh, okay.
Remember when he dashes? He used. Oh, last time he did a double dash.
Now
Mario Kart double dash.
I want to be on this side.
Pharaoh howl.
Here comes the knockback.
Oh, okay,
Don't get knocked into a bomb,
that makes sense.
or else you die.
Okay, he's
Here
spinning.
comes the rotate. Really just never be touching his tail or his front. He's just not a very nice guy.
He doesn't like his tail being touched.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't either. My dog doesn't like that.
I don't think many dogs do.
Oh, okay, you're going to
Oh
charge.
my gosh.
Now he's going to charge the other way. Watch for the cone. He's going to charge right across the middle of the map, and he's going to cone it up. And all these people have a million miles to run. Did we lose any of them?
No.
No. Whoa, look at those marathon sprinters. Oh, there they went. A lot of this stuff gives you like a dot, so you don't die right away.
Right.
You're like, I made it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
You only thought you made it.
Like a whole bunch of lines. More lines. He's dropping bombs at the same time now, because, you know, let's level it up. More lines. Really just kind of want to stay in the... I think they target... I don't know if they target people or each other. Okay, here we go. Now they're going to get some bombs. You want to be lined up with the knockback.
Mm-hmm.
Ba-da-dun. Hey, we lost less people that time. You're like, oh, I'm not dying to that again. That was awful. It's probably people's first time, so you're gonna lose some people.
Yeah.
There's no way that they knew that was coming unless they've watched the video. We lost a lot of people the first time. Just thankfully the whole party was spread out enough, you don't lose everybody. But it's just luck for the ones that lived on day one. Alright. Heat breath. Ugh. That hot coffee breath right into the tank's face. Down it goes.
Down
Look
it
at us.
goes. Dun, 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 dun.
Flying
Wow.
through this.
That's
Turn
great.
around. Turn around. Wow, that was so fast. That was so fast.
I got Queen's
All right.
Gunner piece. Interesting. Oh boy, that was... Oh, yeah,
This
good.
run does seem fast. It seems way faster. Yesterday was a clean run, like relative, especially for a day one clear. This one feels real quick. I assume people are. You got a gold coin. That's huge. I got a silver coin that time. One silver coin. 1/100th. Actually, last time I got a gold coin and like a silver coin. So like maybe more than one silver coin. So I got more than 100. This time I got one silver coin. Which yesterday off the second boss I got 3 silver coins. What is that? Oh, you just watched the clip. Awesome. I thought maybe you were in here with us. This is quick. Okay, so this one is going to be 4 separate bosses, and then we're going to combine them and we're going to start overlaying. So each one's kind of its own thing. Knight, soldier, gunner, warrior. And then on the last boss, right, we've got these like chess pieces. We're going to be fighting Alice in Wonderland chessboard while the chess pieces do their thing.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep just laying it on there. Laying it on there. Can you go into this below level 80? You can go into Bozja at 71 plus. You can't do any of the quests or hop into this content below level 80. So some of Bozja is required to be on your main or a class you've leveled. But like while you're farming up metal, you can level alts and you can actually find memories and stuff all to gear out your main. So
right, exactly.
There's an aspect of it that you can go in below level 80, but I do not believe you can make it into DR below level 80. Talents or sub jobs would be awesome, Phil.
Yeah,
something
like
they only work outside of like group content.
The fact that I have 2 skills that I get to choose and I get a set, that actually is more like that is so meaningful to the RPG player in me, and like anything that can lean into that to where it's like I am not just like everybody's a cookie cutter X job, and then essentially always that comes to the balance, and balance sucks. Like the balance argument, no, like balance and people defending like, oh, we gotta have this like perfect pristine balance. No, it like that kills the fun. That kills the fun of the RPG. And that's why. Anyway, just
let's do will one of us survive?
Will one of us survive?
Okay, so this is will Brian or me make it through this without dying? Okay, predictions up. Let me switch back to. Oh no. Let me get Brian's gameplay up. Okay. And back into my gameplay. die before it even gets started. All right.
Well, then all the pressure's on the other one.
Yeah. Yeah. You bet after the outcome's already been decided. All right. So either one of us has to survive. So if I die, Brian has to survive. If he dies, I have to survive.
Gunner's up.
Okay.
Okay, gunner lines are up.
Okay, so they're going to show us the gunner lines here.
Yep.
Those kind of bounce off each other, so it shows you how that works. There will be more gunners at the same. There will be 4 gunners instead of 2 as we progress. So that was your introduction to the mechanic.
Okay, here's the.
Okay, more gunners are up. Basically, I mean, the middle's a bold place to be.
Bold move, Cotton.
All right. For those of you who don't know how this works on Twitch, you bet your points that you build for watching, and the losers' points get divvied out over the winners. The more you bet, the more involved in the bet you are. So it divvies it out, total number of points against total number of points. So you decide how invested you'd like to be.
Okay, gunners are up.
Cool. We're not losing that many people. I don't want to stand in
Only
front
got a
with
couple
the.
people with doom, so they can't get hit. They gotta let that thing fall.
Yeah.
off.
So once you get Doom, you have 1 minute, and for that 1 minute, you can't get hit by a second mechanic, or you die. So as long as you play perfectly, you're kind of on mistake probation. If you can perform perfectly for a minute, it falls off. It's the second mistake that kills. Okay.
Heavy bomb. Heavy
Stand
bomb.
on a heavy bomb. Big bomb. It's going to launch us all in the air. The heavy bombs are going to fall first because they're heavy, and we're going to survive.
And that only changes if they put lines out on the bombs.
Cool. JV, thank you so much for the Prime sub.
We know you have a choice, and we appreciate you trusting us with your Prime sub. Thank you very much. Okay, lines are out.
Now
So
lines are on
skinny
them.
bomb.
So
Skinny
alternate.
bomb, thin bomb, tiny bomb.
Okay, so we stand on tiny bombs. We all get launched up, and the tiny bombs fall first. So the line means inverted, and down we go.
The entropy has been reversed.
It's just that one of us has to live. Just one of us.
Yeah.
So trying to make it relatively favorable, because if either of us makes a mistake, we go down pretty quick. This content isn't really something you can heal through. If you make a mistake
Yeah,
twice within the same minute, you just die.
You're done.
There is no.
instant death.
So when I do Bozja and stuff, I intentionally go in without a healer and I don't use lost actions. That makes it exciting. This
Heavy
is
bomb, heavy bomb, fat bomb, fat bomb.
up we go. Down it goes. All right. And now the warrior is going to go down. I don't really understand how the shield portion of this fight works.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I didn't get the shield portion either. That's where I was like.
So that's likely where we're going to die. These initial phases were probably fine because it's just one mechanic at a time, and we both know how they work. It's when they start combining them that it's going to kill us.
Okay, you look for the lines, find the non-lines, non-charge.
Stay on the non-lines. He's going to power those up. The first one, I don't think they rotate at all. And he's going to set off bombs, and the ones that didn't get powered up, those are fake. Done. Cool. This is a lot to learn on day one. So, like, that's why people die. I think there are people in here that it's their first time, and I think at this point they're just following everybody else.
Yeah, that's the.
Oh,
that's
we're
the
all headed
best
here.
way. Well, yeah.
I guess I'll do that. Which is not a bad plan.
Okay, 2 lines.
Okay.
Oh, they're jumping.
Oh crap! I missed mine. I missed where it jumped. I'm going to run to the group. Oh, crap. I'm going to pick one and heal. I didn't realize it jumped on the second one. Oh, I lived. Oh, thank goodness. That was a guess. All right. And they'll jump multiple times. So that's like the second boss of Eden, where you got to kind of watch which cup the ball's under as they start to move. So I need to get my camera angle where like I can see that better when that happens. Because they jumped and they were literally like on the top of my screen. So you lose which one goes where. Cool. And down the soldier goes. Okay,
Night.
part 4. Knights.
Oh, standing in the front for no good reason.
Just keep in mind, like, we're going to start seeing all these mechanics
Okay,
multiple at a
shield
time.
is
Shield is stand inside. Inside donut. Don't run out there where those people are. They're going to die. All right, so they're going to take Doom because they didn't die to that one. The next one that hits them, if they don't adjust, they'll die. So now we're going to go to sword.
And swords out.
And that's outside.
Optimal play.
Okay.
Blood and
It's a lot.
bone.
J-Veal, converting your Prime sub to a Tier 1 sub. Thank you
Whoa.
so much. You're not even spending retired Jeff Bezos' money anymore. You're now spending your own. Thank you. Best of luck, Jeff. Shield inside. These are all mechanics that we've seen somewhere else before.
I don't know
It's
what
just
this
a
is.
combination and recognizing them for what they are that gets you killed. All right, here we go. I don't know which one we attack first. We're supposed to number them off, I think. I don't know what's happening. I feel like I'm about to just get torn up here. I think you don't attack them from the side with the little shields on it, because that knocks you
makes
back.
sense, yeah.
So if you attack that the glowing side, you get launched into the outside and you die instantly. So that's proven to be one of the ways that gets us killed.
Yes.
Cool. That's a phase that was killing me before. All right.
Orb.
So now let's go see the boss that starts to say, okay, now let's put together what you've learned.
Okay.
I got 3 silver coins and some field notes.
Okay, I'll be right back. 1 second. Gonna go help Julie.
How's the patch so far? Oh, this is fun. Do you need? I think one of you asked, do you need to be leveled in Bozja? So like, you need to be level 10 and have cleared Castrum. The Castrum is the level 10 quest, and that's it. I'm level 15. Brian was not. We're in here together, so it's fine. Yeah, it just kind of ends. So now we're gonna start overlapping. Actually, I don't think this boss is the one with the where we start overlapping the chess pieces. I think that's a little later. So like, it just kind of ends. I will tell you, day 1, it was not anticlimactic because they were launching people on the outside and we were losing people, and then they start casting mechanics, I think is what happened. So like, there started to need to be a kill order. So we had them, so somebody numbered them off and we were trying to focus them down, and nobody knew why we were being launched because those glowing portions of the shield didn't immediately make sense. Because that's not something that we've seen a lot of in like a million other bosses. So it wasn't immediately recognizable. So that killed. So, oh yeah, we won. Yeah. No, we won. You're right. Let me do that prediction and we'll do it again. All right. Choose outcome. Yes, we're going to do it. Yes. Complete prediction. We did it. Now start prediction. Next boss, same bet. Will 1 survive? Okay. All right. Cool. Can have that. I think that works. Yeah. trying to keep his from going white like that when I tab. Times when only 3 monitors. What am I doing? Ugh. There we go. Cool. Good call on the prediction. All right. Why is that frozen? Oh, Brian's. Okay, we're good. We're good. They're asking why he's AFK. And I said, his wife has the first 4 kids under control. He's managing number 5. All right, so if they pull, he's going to die. And that's going to put pressure on me. Hybrid, continuing the gift sub from Phil. So thank you, Phil. Thank you, Hybrid. Thank you both. I am going to do some mass bombs here for all the people doing things. And I'm sorry I can't chat as much. Let's get some craziness going. Thank you guys. We got a follower, Keen and Gamer. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And then I need to ideally maybe get where I can also see YouTube chat. You need to be 15 for Savage, but yes, because you need 700,000 metal, which would naturally get you to 15. I think it may also separately require 15, Unico. So I think you're spot on. Cool. This doesn't look hard at all. It's a lot to learn, but it's not hard. It's not hard. Brian, you're killing people. You're killing people. He's just totally gone. They're going to pull without him at some point here. They're just going to pull. Because this isn't just 7 people waiting on you anymore. This is 23 people. And in Savage, it's 47 people. So for Savage, it's like, you want to be patient with people, but it's like, if each person takes a 1-minute breather. There he is. Baby in tow. Okay.
I'm back. All right.
All right. Let's do this.
Cool.
All right, let's see. Now with your bets in mind, hopefully you guys bet knowing he'd be holding a baby.
I got a baby all swaddled.
You might be betting on me.
This is the real deal, guys.
Okay, here we go.
This is Elizabeth.
You guys ready? Let's do this.
The funny thing is my gameplay footage rarely shows this, and that's always what makes me laugh when people try to. Okay, we got donuts over here.
Donut?
Yeah.
And it's gonna move?
Mm-hmm. It's gonna move pretty quickly too.
Okay, prepare to get out of cone. Oh, no cone on the first one.
No cone on the first one.
Cool. Easy peasy.
Okay, we got
Okay,
donuts.
now we do it again. Line up on the front of the circle. Oh crap, I got clipped. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Okay, I thought I did. I was trying to be doing DPS at the same time, and that's a lot harder.
Okay, we got knockback.
Prepare for knockback. The knockback is not optional. You cannot avoid this. Now comes the cone. There's the cone. So that's our first cone. that directs at somebody-ish. Like, I think at the cardinal direction of somebody. So it seems to be cardinal directions. I don't know for sure. It doesn't seem to be like... So I think somebody was on that side. So what'll end up happening is we'll all be launched down to the far end, and it'll be on this far end. So we'll have to run out of the cone.
All right.
Okay, now we go again. I prefer the outside here. I think it's less likely that we get pinned by the cone. What are people doing?
Oh, yeah. This
Oh,
is the
crap.
knockback, yeah.
Oh, crap. Sprint, 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 sprint.
Yeah, I was betting that. I was thinking that the knockback happened. But
There it is.
but I couldn't
I thought the
remember.
knockback was after this one.
There's the cone.
Here's the cone. What? It said I got clipped by that. No. All right, well, I got my stack up. So now I have 1 minute to not get clipped by anything. I disagree with that. Wholeheartedly.
I call shenanigans.
Oh, it goes down. Wow, these guys are crushing the DPS. I thought we
Boom,
were gonna see
baby.
that.
Where's the treasure chest? There it is.
All right, I got 1 silver coin. Woo!
That was a 3-minute boss.
That was so fast. Way to go. Please don't set that bomb off.
Somebody literally just, I don't know. That was funny. He ran into it.
All right, choose prediction.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
Uh,
Elizabeth, meet
Outcome.
Elizabeth.
Yes, you can do it. Complete. Ooh, I see lots of points betting that we can do it. At some point, you guys are going to get called on this. Start prediction. Will one survive? Next one is up. On to the next boss.
So, Barham Jones, like, I understand for your perspective, because, like, there was definitely, like, me and my dad have that. We played games, but once they went 3D, like, with Super Mario 64, like, that's kind of when he got off the gaming kind of train. And he really hasn't, like, understood most of it. And then eventually, he actually started to understand what Chris and I do. And he's like, oh, it's like you guys are, like, doing, like, radio for sports shows. I go, exactly. That's exactly what we do.
All right.
And then
So
he
now
was,
we're
and then
going
he
to do
was
chess
excited.
boss here. Right? This is chess boss?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this has the arrows. That's what this is. This has the arrows, not chess boss. This has the arrows. So now we're gonna add the rooks from the chess boss. We're also gonna have some marking. Is this the one with hot and cold? Is that right?
I think so.
Hot and cold gets a little nuts because it's everybody's kind of doing their own thing, kind of like math boss. They get each one gets a little harder than the last one. I have a feeling the majority of people cleared this yesterday because we're performing shockingly well.
Well, I think
So I have a
also there's
feeling
probably, I see somebody continuing like putting like a debuff on people for like extra damage. I'm like, oh, that's great. That's handy. But yeah, everybody's doing real well. Here's hot and cold.
Okay, hot and cold. So now we're all going to be marked, just like your numbers.
Yeah, I got one hot.
So I got
one hot. One hot.
I got single hot. Ryan got single hot. So we're going to want the same thing. But not everybody in the party did. You can be single hot, double hot, single cold.
Okay. So this one's
now it's
bombs.
going to drop bombs, right? Like Titan
Yep.
bombs. But each bomb is going to mark you with a temperature. You got to balance your temperature out because after this, she's going to kill everybody that doesn't have a balanced temperature. So you want to stand in the one that cancels you out. I've got a healthy temperature. And now she's going to wipe everybody that didn't get that right, which actually looks like 100% of the raid did. So we have definitely done this before. Okay. 4 people are getting lucky, and they're about to get called out when she does sword version.
Yeah, sword, that threw me off last time.
Okay.
Oh, I got hit. Got clipped
Uh-oh.
on that.
Uh-oh. Flames of Bozja.
Bozja. Okay, so this is the
Now
line.
she's going to mark it. One really screwed me. So I'm
It's
not
got to
going
be
to
more than a minute because it's still showing a minute. It might be like a 2-minute window, or a 90-second. Here's hot
Okay,
and cold.
so she's going to mark it hot and cold.
I got one
single
cold,
hot.
one cold, one
First.
cold. I'm a
Okay.
little,
And now she's
I'm a
gonna
little
put
chilly.
down- I'm just standing. I'm screwing DPS. I don't want to die. Okay, so now she's going to put down versions of this.
Okay.
So I need to be here. Okay, and so you need to watch where your arrow goes. So mine goes to me. Party got split in half, and then hopefully we made it. Looks like everybody made it. Nope, somebody didn't. There they went. Sorry, Dark Knight. So, mostly pretty good. Everybody looks like they've seen that before. That was the hardest one for me to learn the first time. I'm still not DPSing during it.
The sword one got me. What's up, Joe Byrne?
All right. And then from here, she can mess with us even more.
Oh, good. I cleared that barely. Got 30 seconds on my mess.
Hot and cold. This is swords. Now I'm double cold.
I'm double cold as well. Looking, this might be blade.
Okay, she's doing a double cold. I have no interest in that.
Okay, is she gonna be doing hot? Yeah,
she's doing double hot. I
Okay.
100% want to get hit by this. Okay, and then I don't want to get hit by anything else.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
did get hit by that, you could probably still cancel it out in time, because there's still a single bit hot going out, but you need to kind of do one then the other. And the problem is, people will dodge this, and then, because that's your habit, right? Don't stand in bad.
Yeah.
And then they'll die, because they didn't stand in enough bad. Which is a weird feeling. It's like, I perfectly dodged everything, and for that you shall pay the price. Okay, here comes the... Ooh.
Barely made that one.
Did your stack fall off?
It is now, yeah. So I can hit.
Cool.
Well, I can fail one more mechanic again.
Okay, we have our spare tires intact here. Let's stand on everybody else. I think there's probably a lot of healing going out right here. Some new followers. Thank you guys for hitting the button.
Sorry we can't say hi to your names. Got to focus on this, and then we'll make sure we try to get some good mass bombs and hellos and all that fun stuff.
All right, here we go.
Hot
Hot
and
and cold. Here we go. I'm single
Double hot,
cold.
double hot, double hot.
Okay, we're different things now. Ooh, changing it up.
Yeah, I'm just okay. We got bombs. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm looking for big ice right here. I don't want
Everybody splits up. It's just like the math boss.
You
Like
just gotta
the
get hit
answer,
by it.
you know, where do I go? I don't know. You have to do it. Like, I can't help you.
Okay, I got lines.
Lost people. Had to pan to see where the things were going to be. Okay, is this big fire next? Is that it? Some point? Woo! That was a big cleave. I'm shocked that didn't hit anybody. Allegiant Arsenal. This is big fire, right? Is that what it's called?
A Legion, or yeah, a big old
Oh, that's
swipey swipe.
273.
That person's just kind of standing out there. I guess they got busy. Okay, lines, watch your lines. Oh shoot.
All right. I'm going to try DPSing during this one. Did not during the last one. Hot and cold. I'm single hot, so I'm looking for single ice.
I'm double hot, double hot. Too hot, too furious.
Okay, so now there's going to be little arrows and big arrows this time, so we're going to split into 4 groups.
Okay.
I'm exactly where I need to be. I'm going to stay right here. Kabang! Losing a few people there makes sense. I think that's the hardest mechanic that she does.
I gotta focus on healing, guys. I can't. If we hopefully the res mages will
I think that's a cone.
will resi.
That is a big cone. My goodness.
good.
Somebody said, so hard to see where there isn't any arrow. That's not what you want at all. You want an arrow. It's like, I have to get hit by one of these. You do. You 100% do.
The big cone, Ardent Arsenal. I think. Yeah, internal slash, get over there. F.
Just nice to just be stacked on our butt for that. Hot and cold. Oh, you have no distance to cover.
Double hot, double hot. Too hot, too
Double hot.
furious. Too hot, too furious. What is she doing? Swords. Okay, double hot on the right.
Okay, I'm looking for double ice.
Double ice.
Double ice. This is mine. This is my stop. Okay, it's cleared.
Single fire.
Look at us go. It's like we've played this game before. More specifically, this content before.
Hey, watch your lines,
right.
watch your lines.
Okay, big cone. Don't be on the same side as the red guy. Woo!
Gloria Bozja. I think that's out. I got hit by that.
Okay, Legion Arsenal is Big Pie.
I think it's that, and then it's the release. What, like the next skill? Oh. No.
Oh. Okay, got that wrong.
That's the Fury.
I don't know what they are.
Hot and cold.
Okay, hot and cold. Let's get marked again. Is this bombs?
Double hot, double hot. Freedom
Double
of
ice.
Bozja. Okay, yeah, here's bombs.
Okay, I'm looking for double fire. Cool. 6%. Temperature boss, math boss. You just,
Shoot,
you know,
Ryan.
you got it. That's why we stay in school, kids. Because one day you might be fighting a giant demon lady in a game, and you'll die if you don't understand how. I mean, it's still math boss, right? It's +1, +2,
Yeah.
-1, -2. That's it. Don't stand on cone. 2%. Starting to see some limit breaks go down.
7.7, 0.6.
Can't see anything if I'm standing in
Got
something.
it.
Cool. I feel like I crushed that one. Choose prediction. Yes, you're gonna do it, man. You guys are totally confident in us now. We're slowly baiting you. We're slowly baiting you. Somebody's gonna just destroy this. Will one of us survive?
It's all a ringer. Like, oh man, they kept winning, and it's like, wow.
They can't lose. GameStop's gonna be worth $10,000, guys. You can't lose. There's no reason for it. There's no justification. There's no evidence of it. But just keep betting. What could go wrong? Thanks for the hydrate.
I'm out of coffee. I do have a water though.
All right.
Oh, this music, dude, it's so freaking good. So good.
Okay. Here we go. This is final boss.
Whoa!
Final pay. Upgrade to the $5 game.
$5 game club. Thank you so much for that support. The diaper fund thanks you. And then Chris does what I don't know what Chris does with his money. It's his money.
I do this full time.
He buys lights and sound and.
I don't invest in the future of society. You got people watching cutscenes. Here we go. Oh, felt like some of you were betting us against us this time. It's exciting.
Oh man,
This is a long cutscene too. All right, let's fill this water up. And I think one of you changed my avatar, so I'm gonna go ahead and random that because we got a little time here. And then mass bomb. I feel like we've gotten a lot going on, so let's just drop like a ton of bombs. All right, we got a whole bunch of follows, guys. Like a whole host of follows.
Whole host of follows.
So, Vibe, Icy, Operator, thank you so much. Buffer time. Cool.
I got everybody buffed.
Somebody said any strats, and somebody else goes, become a chess piece, and then we pull.
That's exactly right.
All right. So they're going to introduce a couple of new mechanics, and then they're going to assign those mechanics to pieces, and then they're going to assign those mechanics to people. Which some of them, like, if you get singled out, like, if you do it wrong, you're just going to die. Like, it's just going to single you out, and you just have to perform or die. So there's a very good chance that at least one of us dies here. It's just luck. If you do the mechanics perfectly, I think it's okay, but like yesterday I got caught I was the 3-move piece, and I just miscounted the spaces, and I had to choose between which method by which I'd prefer to die. Because I knew halfway through I was going to die.
Okay, 1 and 2.
Okay, here we go. 1 and 2. So they're going to move forward. So right here. So they're going to do crosses. They're going to move they're going to move the number of pieces they said they were, and then they're going to do their crosses. That determines the safe squares. If you choose not to stand in those, you will die. I'm gonna stack on the butt here. That's generally a good idea. Get you lots of AoE heals.
It's a lot of butt bosses. A lot of butt bosses.
When in doubt, if they don't have a tail, stack on the butt. Okay, so now we're gonna see some like Tron-style cycles lines. Those are gonna start moving, and then when they touch each other, they're gonna explode. So don't let them touch.
Oh god.
I got clipped. Okay, I now have a stack. You have a stack?
I died.
Okay, here comes the knockback. So Brian's down, and I have a stack. Okay. I don't know that they lead. I think they just spawn in the direction they spawn. So I think you just have to predict what it's going to do. So I have 1 minute left. It looks like it is over a minute. It's 1 minute, then some.
It's like either 90 seconds or 2 minutes.
Yeah. Oh. It's a long time. Okay, boss is centered. Now we go again. Okay. We've got 1 and 2. I'm going to come stand back here. Cannot afford to make a mistake. I still show as 1 minute left. Okay, oh, don't stay out of middle. Stay out of middle.
Oh, thank you. Oh, dang it. Oh, I'm down again. Man, I've had such a good...
Down to me.
I've had such a good run, and then it's like, welcome to the final. Welcome to the final round.
Here we go. God saves the queen. Okay, raid wide. Let's just test the healers, of which we have not guaranteed any party has. Okay, I'm topped off. I just clemency there. I gotta let
my MP heal itself up.
Yeah. Try to be kind to your healers, guys. Sometimes they'll have 4 in one party and 1 in another. There's no plan here. Okay.
Now
I've been marked. I don't remember what that does. Okay, so I'm gonna have to move 4 tiles. That's what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now march. 1, 2, 3, 1.
You don't want to go more than that, because that guy's got a little symbol. Yep, they're dead.
Do I die? I failed. I got another stack. Oh no, I didn't. I messed that one up yesterday too. I got a 3 mark and I messed it up. All right, hopefully I just don't get chosen for anything else. That would really be optimal. Okay, so that didn't add to my stack because I still had a stack on.
Okay.
So that didn't kill me.
Okay. I think this is bombs and lines.
Okay, so now
There's the lines, and we're good here, so I'm good right here. Bombs.
oh god,
Fat bomb, fat bomb. Oh, and here's the
crap! Down I went. Bet's over. There it is. There it is. Oh, I'm down.
line. Alright, we lost on that one.
We did. We did. It was just a matter of time. Oh, I was doing so good. First death of the instance. It's a hard boss. See if I can go the rest of the fight without dying.
Oh, easy, easy. We're almost done, sweetheart. We're almost done. Let me just bounce my legs, see if this will relax her. Okay, straight lines. I'm gonna have to move. One.
Oh, I have to move. I have to move.
One.
One.
Two.
2,
3. 4.
4. Crap. 1. Is that right? No, I messed it up. I don't understand. I don't get it.
What do I like? How can I help? Because like I get that mechanic. Because
Okay,
they're gonna
so-
move, you have to move, and you have to count it down until there's no dot on your head.
So there's no dot, but then I moved and it went from 1 dot back to 2 dots.
Why did you move after you went? Like 1 to 2. Like maybe you have to do.
Oh,
straight
it's
lines?
distance. Okay, so I did a U-turn.
Oh yeah, like it's you gotta go.
Okay, I didn't understand the distance. I thought it was total tiles moved. So I was counting the tiles
Yeah.
back up. It's distance. All right. Cool. All right, so now we're gonna lay it on top even more.
Okay, so here's the.
Now we've got to watch bombs. They're gonna.
And I
they're
don't
gonna
think
jump
I
around.
don't think they jump. I don't think this is one where they
I
jump.
don't think they jump.
No.
They're not jumping right now. Oh, I just watched that guy eat that.
Oh, watch
That's a
south
bummer.
center. Watch center. Watch center. Watch center. Why did I get hit?
Sword,
What,
get out, get out, get out.
what did I get? Maybe did she do a line so it's like you want to run to him or something? I missed that.
I don't know. Do you need a res, I guess?
Yeah, possible. Yeah, the normal runs we've been doing really good today.
Got one.
We had one boss in like 3 minutes. Like it was insane.
I mean, we're still doing really well. Okay, these are going to touch. They're going to touch over there. I'm going to come back here and then watch for the...
And you want to be away from them. And they're going to move 1.
I'm good. So I'm going to go back into DPS here. Big square in the middle. Lots of room. Room for days. Oh, man. I mean, some people are saying that they're not getting through normal. Like, that people are sitting on the first boss for an hour and a half. So, I think it just literally is dependent on what group you're in. Because it's entirely mechanic driven. So, it's kind of like
Okay.
Red Chucktober.
Bomb,
Like, every person individually can die, but as a group you can't.
bomb
So, you
and
need
lines.
somebody.
Bomb lines.
You also don't know how many healers you get. Like, sometimes people are saying they're going into the instance and, like, each party has 1 healer. That's a lot tougher.
Okay, reverse. And then watch
Inverted.
the line. Watch the line.
Knock back, knock back. Okay, so now you have to plan where you are, and you have to plan for the knockback, which is where you really start losing people. We're actually doing okay. Like, it seems like there's a lot of people up.
Okay, they're gonna move. They're gonna tell you how many, and you gotta. We're gonna get us a sign too. So they're gonna move 1. That person's gonna move 3. I need to move 4. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, yeah, cool, 4.
Crap.
2, 1.
I got it wrong. But I understand it now. Oh wait, it didn't count it off.
Oh yeah,
There
you
we
went
go.
actually. You went further. You can go back. Like you don't have to accept the
Oh.
death. You can,
All right.
yeah, you just go back. It's just like, oh, you went beyond, the number.
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
said.
I just have trouble getting that one.
More math bosses.
I'm okay with. It's the distance thing. It's not number of tiles. So like when I count off the tiles, then I misgauge the distance. All right.
Okay, so all right.
Bomb.
There's one over here, but they're gonna blow up. Let's go with this one. See if this works.
I like this one way over here.
Okay, and the one want to get out of the center. Oh, she's showing what side she's swiping. Okay, so then there we go. F.
Okay, sword, stay out.
Oh, I got the. Ugh. The one
how
that
do you know
don't
which
have the line.
The bombs receive these like electrical beams. If they don't get the electrical beam, they're not a real bomb. So it's a trap.
It's a trap.
All right. And then when the lines touch, they're going to trigger bombs. They're going to touch on this side and this side.
Oh man. F.
Okay. And then do I get a math boss here?
Yeah, that's gonna move 3.
I don't get a math boss. Okay, cool. Doesn't it, maybe it's half the people every time? Because I gotten every other one.
Okay, I've gotten. That's the first time I didn't get one, so I didn't know that you wouldn't get one.
Yeah, it may just be random. It may just okay. So cool. Boss design in this expansion's been on point. Eden was great. 9, 10, 11, 12 was awesome. Having a blast.
Okay, watch lines. Watch lines. Okay, watch the big line. Where's the pushback line? Can't see anything. Oh, there's pushback line. Okay.
Okay, pushback line's gonna
Big bomb.
launch you. And then I'm gonna get pushed onto a little bomb. They're inverted
Oh, they did
because
line. I didn't see the invert. I didn't see the invert. No.
So the invert, we wanted to stand on small bombs, not big bombs.
F.
Brian goes down. I'll get a paladin raise on Brian.
What do we fight the language arts boss?
There we go.
Where's the social studies one? Geography. Where in Eorzea is this? You're not in Eorzea anymore.
All right, here we go. Do I get marked this time?
I got marked.
Okay. So this is what I want, I think. Yeah, this is right. Okay, we're gonna do it right here. And stop there. That way I can still DPS. And I succeeded! I did it! I did it! I survived one.
And we won!
Down it goes. The last one. Wait, Paladin can res? So it's a lost action. So you bring your lost actions from Bozja in with you, and
How
so I
awesome
brought
would-
5 charges of raise so that I can raise people.
How awesome would it be if Paladin could, in fact, just raise?
So,
Dun, 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 dun,
in Castrum, I've done
run up here.
Dark Knight raises, same ability, Lost to Rise. So you get to bring your lost actions with you.
Dun, 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 dun.
Nice combat raise. It can be brought by whoever. How many deaths was that? I think 2 for me.
We can do a death count. Like, you can technically do a death counter in the game because it's a command on, the stream. Death +1.
You both gonna die. All right, there it is.
There it
Out go the
is.
channel points.
Dun 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 dun.
It's a fun raid.
Dude, so
So
fun.
that's the Deliberum Renege.
So guys, I'm going to go and let her lay down, and I'm going to get some work done. Thanks, Chris, for letting me kind of take away some of your chill stream. Guys, if you're over here on YouTube, be sure to hit that chat pin or the top link in to go watch and follow over on Twitch as we continue to push forward. We thank you guys so much for your support, for your lurking, and for your just chat as well. So love you guys. I'm going to hit end stream, but you'll probably hear me and see me on Twitch for just a little bit. Bye, YouTube.